Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 9th episode of Campaign 3 of Speedrunners and Dragons. My name is Adef, and I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Campaign 3 airs live on twitch.tv/Adef every other Monday night at 5 p.m. Eastern, or a little bit later, and will feature returning faces, thrilling action, and stunning twists. Have you come to expect anything less from Speedrunners and Dragons? Joining us for Campaign 3 are Kung Fu Fruit Cup, Patty, the Blacktastic Dangerous, and Danny B. Why don't we get straight into the recap, everybody? First of all, well, I guess it's been a while since I've really done this as like a motif of the show. But how are people feeling? Are people excited? I will tell you, we have a couple things on the docket tonight. Before I get into the recap, we have a special guest joining us. You'll find out a little bit later who that is and what that means. We also have a huge announcement in about an hour. So stick around about an hour from now, so some amount into the show. We've got a massive announcement, probably the biggest announcement S&D has ever had, will be happening in about an hour, which is really exciting. Some gamers on my stream may have gotten a little teaser of it a couple days ago, but nothing major. Everybody, campaign 8, we're skipping 4 campaigns. We're going straight to 8, baby. This one's set in Neo Tokyo, and it's but yeah, let's get some emoticons in the chat room. Let's get some delightful emotes in the chat room. Let's get this show on the road. Last time on Speedrunners and Dragons, our heroes figured out that the G Squad were using the subway system to transport large portions of the machine, the mysterious machine, intercepting them at various train stops on the way to the convergence point at Times Square. The different factions of our group faced off against different members of the G Squad. Rusty and Lexi took on Kevin and Rusty, I wrote Rusty twice. Rusty and Lexi took on Kevin and Howard. My God, there's too many normal names in this campaign. Somehow it's easier to remember names when they're like Bartholomew than when it's just like Paul. They found out an insane new way to use Rusty's brink that risks his own death, but spells demise for his opponents. Lexi and Rusty mercilessly killed Kevin, but lost Howard in the fray as he transformed into a tiny little robotic insect. Jameson, Mamba, and Polly, meanwhile, took on the Colonel and also proved victorious. As Facade's doorman opened and New York 2 began to appear, Chance saw as Riley appeared in Times Square. Adriana, eager to strike, began using her brink to send attacks Riley's way. As this happened, a team member of Riley's appeared to sacrifice himself to impatiently summon the machine parts and those who were around them. Straight to Times Square. Dr. Rell appeared, saying she'd start prepping the machine for use but needed protection. Our entire group now found themselves met in front of the battle they had all dreaded. Riley's men stormed the streets and Jameson and Will took them on. Our heroes were left to fight Gillian. The battle was hard fought, and as our heroes started to look as though they may claim victory, the ABC arrived through the now open portal. Gillian began to use a stolen brink he had to heal himself, and the reality of the fact that there were too many opponents began to set in. There was no getting out of this alive, but then Quick appeared. Which, by the way, I've been seeing, I guess I never formalized this. Everybody in the comments and in the Twitch chat and in the S&D Discord, which, by the way, join the Discord, have been saying things like Quick spelled Q-U-I-C-K. This would be a normal way to spell his name. This is not how his name is spelled. Quick's name is spelled Q-W-I-K-K. So just so you know, an important distinction need be made for those lore heads out there. Quick had Justin take him to the roof of a nearby building, saying that he'd had time to think, and it was time to right some wrongs. Then, Steven appeared. First, he used a new version of Day Trader Blue Chip, to kill Riley near instantaneously. Then he attempted the same on Gillian, but Gillian came prepared. He used a brink to deflect the energy back at Steven, incapacitating him and all but killing him. Gillian then monologued about his time in Liseptia and about the brink he had stolen from a Nepalese monk and how it had allowed him total dominance over Steven. Just before Gillian could steal Steven's brink, a bullet from Quick put Steven out of his misery and put that worry to bed. Gillian bolted for the now open portal to Liseptia. Quick then opened his abdomen with a blade and poured his blood onto a box of rounds, ready to fire in a Gatling gun he'd brought with him. He then began to slay the anti-Brink coalition and armed guards alike. Our heroes made chase after Gillian and entered the portal. Will and Jameson yelled that they'd stay behind and take care of the stragglers and try to protect the group as they ran after him. Jameson said that our heroes were the future, just as the group crossed the threshold and felt a million everythings and simultaneous nothings pass by them. As they opened their eyes, they found themselves on ancient ruined steps, looking up at a peculiar figure. Welcome to episode 9. Welcome to episode 9 of campaign 3 of Speedrunners and Dragons. Hello, everyone. We're sans Patty just for a little bit here. Patrick had a little bit of a scheduling snafu, but he'll be joining us shortly. But hello,
he's
everyone.
a surprise guest later when he shows up.
Yeah, Patrick's our surprise guest. Surprise, Patrick's coming
you
back.
ruined it. Why would you ruin it like that?
How's everybody feeling? Danny, Dangerous, Bobby, Fu, how are we feeling?
Feeling great.
Alive.
Feeling good. Excellent. Are we excited for the announcement and the surprise guest coming up shortly?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Surprise to us all. We totally don't know.
They don't know anything. The players definitely don't know the surprise guest and individual. Why would they? Okay, so the 5 of you sort of go through this portal, right? Unsure what's going to happen. And like I said, the millions of everythings and nothings sort of simultaneously wash over you. It's like some high on a drug that's inconceivable. And suddenly you snap to. And you're on these sort of ruined steps. And it's sort of like a red sandstone type step. And I say ruined steps because that's what it is. As you begin to look around you, you see just buildings have been toppled, what looks like to be ancient ruins, the type of thing you might see at a Roman aqueduct or the Roman Colosseum, just these massive structures that have crumbled or been destroyed. But it doesn't look old enough such that, like, you know, vines and trees have begun to grow through it. Like, this is somewhat fresh. At least in the course of the last, I don't know, you guess, couple of decades. And as you look up, as we cliffhanged on last episode, you look up and there is an individual with blonde hair that is very short and kind of stout but very muscular, who is sitting on the steps and sharpening 2 blades. And this individual catches your eye and jumps up a couple steps and readies his blades. And why don't we bring that gamer on? Why don't we talk to this person? So yeah, all right, Daneth. Daneth, you are just minding your own business. You're on the steps of Velerhent, up to Salarinia's shrine. You know, this is your typical spot, Daneth. This is where you hang out, like, every day at this point, pretty much, because you're sort of the de facto person in Velerhent right now. Given the events of the last couple of years, there's no real leadership, and you're kind of the last remaining stronghold of this original group of Liseptian heroes. And so you are basically just on these steps by yourself, you know, waiting for word from maybe a guard or a friend or something to say, hey, here's what happened in the city today. And these 6 strangers, well, 5 and a rat, 5 strangers and a rat appear.
A rat?
Yes, a rat appear in front of you. And they are, there's this tall, like, beefy dude with this bandana. And everyone's human except for the rat. And there's this shorter girl in sort of nice clothing. But, you know, these are anachronists. These are people whose clothing...
Also a robot?
Oh, yeah, there's a robot, too.
There's a robot.
Sure. Why not? Bring them all in. Yeah.
And it's just a strange assortment of individuals, but you're not unaccustomed to this. But nonetheless, you know, what's your first play? What's going on? What's going through your head, Daneth?
Well, I see this. Daneth has seen some shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
More on that later. But, you know, I'm sitting here. I'm on guard duty. I'm keeping watch over, you know, this memorial here. And the first thing I do is I see all these people step through the court, and I'm just sighing. There's like, here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again.
I'm just gonna tell them, like, you know, everyone, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. I've had enough of this. Turn around back if you don't want what's coming to you, but I will make sure it's quick. I'm just like initially defensive, like hostile at this. Like I'm just expecting an attack here.
Sure. And Earth Gang, how do we react? What's the play?
Hey, yo, whoa, little friend. We're not trying to kill anybody. Well, we were trying to kill somebody just like 2 seconds ago, but maybe not you. Kind of depends how the next few seconds go.
Ollie, this is not the way to make friends.
I said we weren't trying to kill him.
Friends. I used to have those. Those were the days. What brings you here? Why do you disturb this place?
We kind of had to go through a portal. Did you see anybody else come through recently who's actually has ill intentions?
Janeth,
so-
the answer is no, not
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like just you lots. It was nice and peaceful till you all showed up. So yeah, no, nobody else. It's just you all.
I'm just gonna go ahead and point out the elephant in the room. Where are we?
Daneth, a rat has spoken.
Sorry, excuse me. Did this rat just talk?
Which, to be clear, Daneth, I mean, it is strange, but you do
It
live
is
in
strange.
Liseptia, which is a
It's
more
just like,
mythical world.
I'm a little surprised. Like it kind of caught it. Like I thought for now it's like a familiar. It's like I guess
Right.
I assumed you were familiar here. I see you operate on your own. So you have no idea where you are. Well, this is Liseptia. Like this is everything. This is the world. Like, how do you not know where you're at?
Now, I'm just a rat, and I never took geography class, but I don't think Liseptia's a real place.
Can you spell that?
Did Stephen ever tell us the name of the place?
Say
The
that
name
name.
I'm asking Adef.
Like
No,
in
no, I know.
campaign 2 or in campaign 3?
In campaign 3, because we know he went somewhere else.
I don't
right?
remember.
Mystical elsewhere.
He may have. Let me quickly check the lore. Campaign 3, that would have been session 5.
Don't think.
Basically,
that it?
like, should this name ring any sorts of bells right now?
Session 6. I think he said it. I'm if he didn't, I'm gonna retcon that he did, because he would have. There would be no reason for him to hide this information from you in that conversation you had atop the Empire State Building.
Right.
And I'm fairly confident that when he mentioned he was in a different place, he called it Liseptia. And if he didn't, that's fine. We're gonna retcon that he did, because it wouldn't matter until right now. So yes, Steven definitely mentioned the name of the place, at least in passing.
Polly definitely does.
So yeah, you're all sort of just in this weird, confusing conversation, sort of at odds, sort of not at odds.
So was that a question for me? Like, did I audibly hear the word Steven?
No, that was definitely
Okay.
table talk.
All right.
The portal is closed behind us. Like there's
So
nothing.
yeah, it wasn't even like a from Daneth's perspective, you sort of just like appeared. Like there was a flash of light and you appeared. So Daneth didn't see some kind of opening or anything. From Daneth's perspective, it was just like as instant as a blink. So yeah, I mean, tensions are high, and Daneth, a friend of yours, or I don't know whether he'd be your friend or not, but sort of just this Velarhentian person who has, managed to stay alive and sort of done things with you. His name is Silo. Silo walks up and is like, Daneth, who's this?
I've been asking the same question. They just appear here out of nowhere. They don't appear to be hostile, but I've been fooled before. I'm keeping my guard up. Stand by for now. Let me do all the talking.
Okay, sure.
Let's do some introductions. Why don't we try that? That's what people who are on the same team try to do. Hello, name is Lexi. This is my companion, Maxwell.
The robot
know-
like moves.
Okay.
Like he does like a bow.
Yeah, a curtsy.
No, he does a little bow. Be like, let me know if you need explanation here. Our group has come from a place called New York. Wonder if we're even on Earth.
Wait. New York. God, it's been so many years. I recognize that name. Judging by your clothes, I've seen these type of clothes before. Only one other person I know I've seen wearing something even remotely similar to this. His name was Steven. I'm not sure you know him. Do you? I'm trying to.
We do.
Yeah, you're good.
We
Steven,
do know
wait.
Steven. Yes, very good. So Steven recommended. What was Steven? Wait, it was right that said that we should go through the portal. Was he already dead?
Steven's already gone.
No, who was
okay.
the one who yelled at us to go through
That
the
was
portal?
Jameson. Was like,
That was Jameson.
go.
Okay.
Who is
So
Steven's compatriot?
just
Right.
a reminder is so what Dan knows here, Steven towards the end of campaign 2 disappeared, right?
That's
Didn't-
all you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. So all right. So Steven sent you.
Yes, basically, Steven and his other comrades told us to come here. Unfortunately, Steven is no longer with us. But we were
That is
sent
an
in his
incredible
place.
loss.
Yeah.
Steven was invaluable. I would not be alive here right now if it wasn't for the assistance and help I got from Steven. So I'm feeling at ease now. Dance is feeling at ease. I'm going to lower my weapons, and I messaged to the guards okay, they know Steven. We can trust them, most
Lexi's
likely.
gonna confidently walk up and shake.
All right. So yeah, how tall is Lexi? Taller than me?
How tall is Lexi? I think Lexi might be taller than you.
Probably around my height, like around 5.
Okay, all right. So there's no huge height difference. It's I'll look up and offer out my hand. My weapons are stowed, and all that. Okay.
His handshake.
Yeah, you see Silo. Silo sort of backs off into the distance and sort of watches from the shadows, essentially.
So who is Steven to you?
Wait. Who,
Polly, by the way.
oh, hi, Polly. Nice to meet you. What did you say? Who was thieving?
No, who was Steven to you?
Oh, who? Okay, who was Steven? All right. Steven. Well, Steven really taught me everything there is to know about this concept called a brink. I'm assuming he did the same to you.
He also
is
gave you
that
a
something?
rock. Mama's gonna interject abruptly.
Oh, you mean what was it called? The Sieg Stone thing that we got?
Oh, no. So yes,
that was
Steven did give you that, the Sending Stone.
The Sending
but
Stone.
that's a different rock, but you could just say yes, yeah.
Yeah. It's would Daneth have this in his possession?
Yeah, you probably would have the Sending Stone.
Yeah, and it's yes, I have it on me. I pull out the Sending Stone. I just bring it up here.
Mamba, to your eyes, it might as well be another rock.
Really? Wouldn't it be a lot bigger?
Pretty pristine.
The Sending Stones are like yay big, I think.
We got like pebbles. Wow, you got quite a bit larger.
It's not about the size, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice rock. I'm Mama, by the way.
Nice rock.
Mamba, it's good to see more friendly faces. I'm so used to just having nothing but these horrible brink monsters coming in to deal with. So
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
there might be a little bit of that on the way, because when Lexi here said that Steven's no longer with us, that's like a very recent event. We're talking like 30 seconds ago.
Oh yeah.
oh my god.
And that army that just
Did
came
anybody else
through.
come through with you?
Somebody
Well, we
came
chased
ahead
after
of
a
us.
guy.
Yeah.
A bunch of people came out.
Yes.
And Daneth, you would immediately intuit that if people were coming out towards Earth, towards New York, that would probably be the ABC.
Yep. So was the ABC also like arriving here, or were they going the other direction? I just want to make sure it's like
The ABC was leaving Liseptia, going to Earth.
Okay.
And then our gang of heroes came to Liseptia, and they just said that they were chasing someone.
Okay, they're chasing somebody. The Anti-Brink Coalition came in. Okay. All right.
What's the name of the Brink demon god thing that they're trying to?
Calegrio.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. What's your name again?
Daneth Lightbeard.
Daneth. Do you know anything about Kellogg's?
Kellogg's.
I was expecting you to say calligraphy or something. I guess
I
Mom must have
cannot.
taken that back with that.
I cannot say I've heard this name before. No.
It's
Polly,
like
why are
the-
you asking fantasy creatures about cereal?
I'm talking about Brink demons. I'm not talking about no cereal.
Yeah, let's talk about that actually. Polly, good point. There's apparently some big brink monster. Do you know about the brink? Do you have the brink here?
Yes. You're looking at one of the most prominent Brink users in all of Liseptia.
And we're on the same team. Fantastic. Love to hear that. So there's somebody who came through, I think here at some point. Do you know the name of Gillian?
Daneth's face like ghost white.
Okay,
Gillian.
it looks like yes.
Yes.
We've experienced something similar recently with Gillian, and they are trying to, you know,
That bastard! Thought we had him finished off. Leave it to him to make it out alive. I'm assuming he's caused trouble for you as well.
a lot. Yeah, very traumatizing.
Oh, my God. Well,
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like, Daneth's whole disposition has changed. This is like, Daneth knows this person.
oh, do I?
We think they're back here ahead of us.
We're gonna have to work fast then. We have to track this bastard down. Should I tell about Gillian's history here? Or
Yeah, I think,
are we
yeah,
saving
why
that
not?
route? Yeah. So it seems like you know nothing of Liseptia. I was like, look around you. Just any direction. What do you see?
And all of you looking around, it's just destruction and ruin.
Yeah, well, this all goes back a while. Not sure if someone by the name of Miles comes to mind for you all. Guessing no, probably not. Well, long ago, after we thought we had secured peace in Liseptia, Miles, who was always looking for the next thing for his shop to sell, just scoured the land and, you know, in the midst of the aftermath, came across an orb of just pure Brink energy. And before we even had any chance to react, he started to fuse with it and just started this huge apocalyptic calamity that's been the results of, you know, just all of my anguish for like the past 12 years. And I mean, you could see the damage that's been done here. It's just insurmountable. And, you know, that was enough. It took all of our mights, but we managed to defeat Miles, destroy the object, but God, the rebuilding efforts, to say the least, has been an insurmountable task. And the damage just so much, so great, so many lives lost. And, you know, we're at our weakest here, and we're just trying to rebuild, and there's still all these residual Brink monsters just wandering around, and you know, I took care of a couple last week. You know, thankfully, you know, their numbers seem to be thinning, but God, they're still out there, still a risk. So I'd be on your guard. Who knows where they're lurking, when they're going to come up, but...
What's all that
So-
have to do with Gillian, though?
Well, this is where Gillian comes in. It's not too long ago after this, where we were like, all right, we're finally getting a handle on things, and then I hear rumors that this person from a distant world dressed in odd clothes came around into the Liseptian Ocean, and, well, they were being hidden, I think, at this time by what's known as the ABC, the Anti-Brink Coalition. Sound familiar?
No.
Well,
Yeah, so they have seen them about 5 minutes ago, but they don't know who they are.
all right. They have no idea who they are.
All loud about themselves. So we're like,
Also, Fant, you're killing this lore drop. Last night, I literally sent Fant like 5 paragraphs of lore, and I was like, have fun.
Well, this rumor, I was sitting on it. I heard nothing at all from this supposed person. Just potentially that they existed and somebody was hiding them. This ABC corp. And we and all my friends, the combatants that helped thwart Miles and the horrible brink monster that he created. We were going around just trying to protect all the powerful brink users, and we find out after a bit, this mysterious person in these weird clothes, goes by the name of Gillian, and also had access to the brink, not unlike Steven. Balls tall. I remember the first day I saw them. A huge, like, the aura.
The aura. You just said balls tall.
Balls tall. Balls tall is like just an incredible aura coming from this person. Scars all over the face. Like, you could just tell there was something evil about this man.
Balls
And balls tall. All right, there's your highlight for the episode when this goes on YouTube. Balls tall. Yeah, there we go.
How many balls we talking?
There's the title.
No,
Balls and tall. Yes,
that's a dwarven phrase for when the dwarf only comes up to his balls.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I was balls tall on this guy. Which might be true. I mean, Gillian is tall. Like, canonically, Gillian is like 6'6", 6'5".
Okay, yeah. For me especially, that this person is super tall.
Oh my God, we have a Patrick.
Yeah.
This is not a drill. Special guest Patrick has arrived.
All right. Yeah. As is canonical. Patrick, I'm gonna really quickly. I'm gonna fill you on everything that's happened in the last amount of time in like.
You have
10
60 seconds.
Ready?
Go. Okay.
Okay. All right. You and the team all arrive in this foreign world you're not sure of. You see this figure.
Hold
in front
on,
of
I'm
you.
lost. Hold on.
Okay. Turns out that the figure in front of you is named Daneth.
Okay.
Daneth is a dwarf in the world Liseptia, which is the world Steven was trapped in for a few years a long time ago. It's where Steven learned about the brink and all that stuff.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi.
I've awoken from my coma. Hello.
Daneth is recounting to the gang about how many years ago, after the events of Campaign 2, this guy called Miles, who owns a magic shop and is very strange, accidentally awoke a cataclysmic event in Liseptia that caused almost everyone to be killed and all the buildings and infrastructure to be destroyed. During that time, Daneth and his friends, the heroes from Campaign 2, saved the world again. However, immediately following those events, Gillian, your villain, has shown up and is starting to steal brinks from powerful brink users in Liseptia, and that's where we are right now.
All right. So yeah, Gillian had a brink unlike everything I had ever seen up to this point, and I had seen a number of brink users throughout my illustrious career. But his, truly dangerous, he had the ability to steal other brinks, and every single time we encountered him, he would always slip away, the slipperiest son of a bitch I'd ever seen. And just ever when he's balls tall, he's balls tall. That smooth head, just oil it up and
balls tall.
Oil it up, and you can't get a hold of him. Yeah. So, he found out, to my dismay, about my dear friend here. I'm gesturing to the top of the stairs here.
Daneth turns around and points. And as you look up, there's one structure that appears to be unhindered, that appears to be undamaged from the cataclysm. And it is a sort of like a tombstone almost, or not tombstone. It's like a coffin, like a sarcophagus. And obviously Campaign 2 people will remember this is Salarinia's memorial and where she is laid in state in her like permanent comatose state. But yeah, this sort of, for those of you in campaign 3, you, Paulie, and the rest, probably Mamba and Chance might know it. But if you've seen like Return of the King, if you've seen Lord of the Rings, you've seen the like vision that not Galadriel. Oh my God, what is her name? Elrond's daughter.
Is it not?
I can't remember.
No, Galadriel.
Not
is
Galadriel.
Galadriel has a ring. We're talking about
Arwen or something like that.
Arwen.
Arwen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Arwen has the vision of Aragorn being laid in state, and he has like this sort of like Romanesque sarcophagus that has a bust of his body on the top. That is basically what you're looking at, but it's like a young woman, and she is sculpted, and there's sort of like a gazebo-like structure made of stone that covers it that is sort of ruined, but the sarcophagus beneath is undamaged. You look upon it, and this is clearly what Daneth is pointing to when he says, "My friend."
Mm-hmm. All right, so that is Salorenia. One of the few things remaining in this broken world worth protecting. And she had an incredible brink, and is the reason I am standing here right now. That brink, with enough power, could instantly kill anything that she focused on. And, well, it seems like cataclysmic events run in Liseptia, and, the previous one to the previous one, well, the enemy was vast and great. Some consider them a god, and, well, it took so much energy to take them out that she's now lies in rest in a comatose state, and we're hoping one day that she wakes up. But Gillian found out about her, and we caught wind of a plan where he was going to attempt to steal her brink, and I don't even know what was going to happen if that actually managed to follow through. Well, we decided to take the battle to him. We mustered all of our forces, everybody remaining in Liseptia that we could, and did a head-on assault on Gillian. And the battle, the losses were vast. Not just on the enemy sides. We were victorious in the end, but at the cost of almost everything I held dear. My good friends, you may not know them, Elion, Valencia, Hadak, Beryl, Aurello, all gone. I don't know how I made it. It's just, I feel like if I did something different, could have saved them, but Gillian just, we thought we had him within an inch of his life. He managed to escape once more. We saved Salorenia, but we could not put it in to Gillian. And one of the few survivors, Jader, chased him off, but it's been 3 years since that moment, and haven't heard from him since. Till you all walk through this door telling me that bastard's still alive. Kind of just, okay, so Daneth's just kind of, it's an emotional retelling, remembering all these horrific events where all his friends died, and feeling guilty about this, and he kind of just like sits down and like slumps on the steps, sitting there, little tears coming down.
Yeah, so Daneth now sort of washed. There a silence hangs in the air, and it's sort of on you guys to what do you say?
Lexi will kind of squat down or sit down next to him. I would assume she would have like a handkerchief in her. That seems like the kind of person.
Yeah, I think so. I think you would.
Yeah, she has a handkerchief in her purse, and so she'll.
All right, Daneth takes it and then just lets out, a very, very loud blow into into the. It may not be certified. Yeah. I attempt to hand it back to Lexi.
Keep it. You're more than we have.
All right, thanks.
At this, so gang, you've now heard that Gillian was here, as Stephen had presupposed, when he heard about Elion, right? When he heard about foul play being stolen, Stephen had kind of been like, oh, Gillian was in Liseptia. Turns out that's true. And you don't know how, but somehow Gillian has entered just before you, but maybe wound up somewhere else, or maybe time was stretched. You're not really sure. But clearly Gillian is here somewhere. He's back. And Silo comes up and says, forgive me, Daneth. And now you've got a good look at Silo, all of you. And Silo has like pointy ears. He's a very thin, tall man, and he has pointy ears, which is like a little bizarre. And he has like a very like graceful hairdo and like a bow and everything. Like, this is an elf. Like, those of you who've played a video game or seen a movie, your characters that is, are like, that's a motherfucking elf right there. He walks over to Daneth and is like, Daneth, I really hate to, barge in, but just on intuition, I did get a Raven report this morning that lingering ABC members a couple of hours ago were seen ferrying to Zethus.
Zethus.
So it's, feels somewhat possible that might be relevant.
Yep. So he's back again. I imagine he is once again working with the ABC. And I'm just treated like a... So are they kind of aware of the Anti-Brink Coalition now, or still just like 5 minutes ago they saw them?
I think they probably... I mean, you guys have probably surmised by now that this is the group of warriors that came out of the portal in Times Square just about half an hour prior.
All right, well, can't imagine we're in this situation again, but last time Gillian was here, the ABC took him in, kept him hidden. We have confirmed reports. Like, was this whispered into my ear?
It was spoken loud enough that they
spoke
could
loud. Okay,
yeah.
Well, I think we have a target location where he's hiding right now. We don't know how long he's been here. I don't know how time and space works through all these portals, but clearly things are a little bit different. It can end up in a completely different spots from entering shortly after one another. So who knows how long he's been here? He could have already had potential weeks or months to prepare. We don't know. I'm musing here, so Adef, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, you've got no idea. I mean, you're completely extrapolating.
Yeah, I'm just guessing here, but every second Gillian goes unchallenged is a second that we lose to, get in a preemptive attack. So I say we need to get together and head over, do some recon, find out if Gillian is over here, and attack him before he finds we're onto him.
And Daneth, your compatriot is like, if you guys do that, I'm happy to watch over the city. Like, that's not an issue.
All right. So I gesture to the party. What say you?
I say, with how wacky these portals are, I think it's pretty lucky that we landed right in front of you.
Well, with how my luck has gone this past decade, I can't blame one dice roll. Are dice existing in this universe?
Yes. Yes.
One dice roll goes in my favor. It's the best shot we got.
We appreciate your trust in us, and we were literally sent here to help. So,
well.
And what did I say his name? Silo. Silo is like, I can charter a ship for you guys if you want to head to Zethus. Like, that can be done right now.
But
Let it be
the sooner
done.
we take care of him, and the sooner we find a way back home, it's probably the better for us.
Okay.
How far away is this place?
To the map. Thank you, Richard. Look, it's back. My most good thing I've ever done.
Most good thing.
It's the bestest one. Okay, so you are currently at Vellerhent, and we'll say that Silo brings out a map and shows you. But Vellerhent is this massive city on the northeast coast of Solstroke. I can't see the map right now, so I'm pulling these words out of deep recesses of my mind. But Zethus is this sort of island in the center. Oh my God, are waypoints being hang on, I got a full screen of this. Zethus is this island in the center. And in the updated map, which I forgot to make, the God's Wall is like scribbled off. It's no longer present, evidently. This is like a seafarer's map, a modern seafarer's map of the day, and there are weird like black specks in the map, like shards all over the ocean. Yeah, Silo is basically like, I'll go get a ship chartered right now.
We take a plane.
A what?
Excuse me?
Polly,
We
I
take a
don't.
plane instead of a ship. I get a little seasick sometimes.
Polly, I would look around. I don't think they have that kind of technology here.
Well, I can't say we have what is called a plane,
The method
as
of
you call it here.
flying.
Flying.
Metal.
Wow, something that's not a bird that flies. Yeah, all right. All
They
right.
don't have that.
Okay, what ship are we gonna
Flying
take?
in
A
this
fast
land
ship?
of magical powers.
Yeah, are we taking a
Ridiculous.
like the fastest ship? Can I brag about it? So
We're taking the fastest ship on the 7 seas, all right.
You know.
Of
that
an
is
approximate
below
size.
of an approximate size.
size.
But what was the name?
The Golden Razor.
right,
Unfortunately,
so-
as Daneth said, Arello was also killed in the Battle of Velerhent, which was like this final climactic battle. But
It's my ship now.
Yeah, Daneth and Jader were gifted the ship in Arello's will. Arello basically wrote like, anyone in the party that's still alive can have it. And so it fell to Jader and Daneth, and they've sort of been using it as like a quick ship to get around to aid allies in the last few years. Or rather, really just Daneth, because Jader left immediately after this fight with Gillian. Gillian fled and Jader took off after him. And so it's really just been Daneth that's been using this ship for his men and his compatriots. But we'll quickly jump, and you make it to the docks. And as you walk through Velerhent to get to the shipping port, I mean, it really is like startling. This is a city, a once great city with well over 1 million or 2 million inhabitants, that is just in complete disarray. And the people that remain are trying to make some semblance of a life. They're trying to have some semblance of normalcy. And all of you, Daneth obviously already has this in his mind, but all of you sort of have this weird sense of duty fill you of like, we kind of owe it to these people to stop the next horrible thing from happening, because these people have seen enough. Like, it's literally 2, kind of 3 apocalyptic events in 13 years.
It's been rough.
And yeah, it's been a rough decade.
Daneth's got a little bit of gray on his beard. So.
Oh yeah. Because how old was Daneth in campaign 2? I don't even remember.
Daneth was.
One presumes everybody just got more attractive. I mean, that's obvious.
I thought I have it up here.
Or died.
107. Daneth was 107.
So now the ripe old age of 119.
Yeah, but it looks like I'm 150 right now.
Yeah, the stress. So yeah, you board the Golden Razor. It's a beautiful ship, and a sailor, a local trusted sailor, ferries you away. And as you cross the Liseptian Ocean very quickly towards Zethus, he's sort of like angling the ship around these like massive black spires, like these massive stone objects that are jutting out of the sea that look like they came from something massive, a ruin perhaps. Also worth noting, 2 things. One, it is winter, so it's quite there's a nip in the air. It's brisk, and the snow is falling lightly on you. What am I doing with the hang on, we should not be listening to campaign 3 music.
Here we go.
What are we doing? Jeremy Soul.
Jeremy Soul's back. All
Get
right.
on the playlist. All right, where's Secunda? Here it is.
Listen along.
I'm not listening along. I don't want my Spotify to be
I'll
nothing
invite-
but Jeremy Soul.
I'll invite another listen along. Hang on. I'm doing it right now.
No. You misunderstood me. It wasn't a wait for me. I'm not listening along. It is a statement. I am not
me?
listening
Okay.
along.
Okay, you
I
don't want
know
Jeremy
about
Soul.
you.
All right, well, Secunda is playing. I highly recommend you listen to it. The snow falls lightly, and there are ice sheets in the ocean, actually, mostly surrounding these objects. Clearly, they conduct heat in some way measurable enough, or conduct the cold that the surrounding water is able to freeze. And it's just these strange objects that surround the ocean. And also, Justin is here. I keep forgetting him because it's hard to keep track of how many goddamn people are in this campaign. But Justin is here too. And we'll throw him in and RP him a little bit. It is snowing, and we know that Justin's mood and impulses are affected by the weather. Justin, Lexi, how old is your character?
13.
13. How old? Jader's Justin's 16. Yeah, never mind.
He thinks he's cute but weird.
All right, he'll hit on you. Justin walks over. Justin walks over and is like leans up against the ship. Like what do you call the just like a railing? I don't know.
The snow gets him going.
The snow gets him going, baby. And he leans over and he puts his hand. He's like, "It's really beautiful here."
That's literally a different world.
Yeah. Snow is nice.
Yeah,
Killing it.
He's 16. He doesn't have any game.
yeah. Like, he's a little cold.
And he takes off his jacket, and he hands it to you, or he puts it around, and he's like, "I don't need it." And then he turns around and he leans up against the railing, and he's looking up at the sky, and the snow is falling.
Shaking. He's actually really cold.
Yeah, he's like vibrating. He's like, "Yeah, man, it's beautiful outside." He looks at you, and it's not just this like energy, but he also, I think, you gather, is trying to be somewhat warm to you, just in a general sense. And he looks out towards the rest of the gang too, and Paulie, maybe you're nearby, and he looks at you and he says, "And Paulie, you're just in a tank top?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Paulie, how you handling the cold, my man?"
I mean, it's fine. I wear this in New York in the winter all the time.
Well, no, you don't.
What's
Liar.
Justin wearing under the jacket?
You don't know my life.
I know enough.
And Justin's like, "Hey, Lexi, you want to see something cool?"
Hey.
Can I see?
And he turns to Chance, and he points. He does finger guns, and he goes, "Pew," "Of course." And then he
Chance goes,
and he's like, "Ah, this kid mime work, nice." And he hops the railing of the ship down to the ocean, and as you like, you're like, "Whoa, bud," and lean over the railing, he lands on the water, and ice forms beneath his feet, and he begins to skate across the ocean. Daneth, it's worth mentioning, I guess you wouldn't know this, but Justin's brink ability is his brink changes with the weather, so he has like various effects based on what the weather is, and for some reason the last two they've seen are both Mario Galaxy power-ups. That genuinely was not intentional.
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
You know, this actually impresses Lexi. She's like,
Nice.
"I love ice skating."
Justin cannot hear you. He's like, and he's in that like teenage boy mindset where once he started going fast, he was like, "Oh, this is fun," and he's completely forgotten about you and everyone else and is just going. The sailor is like trying to catch up with him. After some time, you arrive at Zethus, the island of Zethus. And this is where you see the God's Wall in full of what it maybe used to be. There are sections that appear to be maybe somewhat tall, but this massive structure has been completely toppled. It's clear that the remnants in the ocean are from this. And it's weird.
Lexi was just gonna just when they get there, she's like, "Can I try that sometime?"
Justin's like, "Oh, the skating?" And he's like, "Honey, you can hop on anytime."
Like,
Hey,
oh,
yo.
great.
And Justin, like he's fully like a piggyback ride, but all of you hear that, you're like, whoa, Chief,
Yeah.
Chief.
Right. She doesn't pick up either. She's,
No, of
like,
course not. You're two
gilded.
kids. You're
Yeah.
kids. And so for the two of you, it's like a nice little weird innocent moment. But for everyone else, you're like, Jesus Christ.
You're like, oh, yay.
Yeah, you do a high five. And Justin's like, all right, where do we start? Danath? Dana?
Well, so we're by the wall. Right now we're gonna start doing some faraway observation. I should say. So, do we have any utilities on the ship? A telescope or some sort of scope to like just scout up ahead.
Yeah.
See, we're looking for
I
any
got one of those.
activity. Yeah. So it says like anybody got what was that? A looking glass? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I pull out my phone and I look through the camera and zoom in.
Me too. That's. She's
and,
also doing that. Like,
Daneth and the sailor are like, the sailor's like, what is that? He runs over and grabs it from Polly, and he's like shaking it.
Can I get that back?
The island was inside of this box.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, such power, such mystery. And he hands it back to you.
All right. So can I pull out some sort of spyglass that will give me a better look than the phone so I can shit on it?
Yeah. There's a spyglass attached to the center mast of the ship.
All right. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna put this like, you say what's like, what do you see? I'm just gonna go through and ask them what they see at max zoom on their Pixel 5 or whatever.
What do we see?
Yeah.
Why don't we have everyone roll a perception check?
Ooh, I'm everyone. Ding.
My perception check is about to be loud. I wonder why that is.
Oh, I need to go get some dice. What's that?
Polly.
16?
Mamba.
7.
Chance.
9. I'm not paying attention.
Lexi.
and
Rusty.
21.
21. And Justin got a 12. He's a little preoccupied.
I love that everyone, out of everyone, the rat is like hyper focused on what's happening.
Well,
Let me look at my rat phone.
I just want to be able to see more with my fancy telescope.
Yeah, roll perception for me, Daneth.
Yeah. Let's see. It's been a while since I did a roll, so I got a
Roll
15,
a d20 and add that beautiful, beautiful perception stat.
15 plus
Very attractive
2, so that's
perception.
17. I got a 17.
17. All right. Well, Rusty wins the day. Rusty wins the perception competition.
With rat eyes.
You've anchored and landed on shore at this point, and that's where Justin and Lexi sort of were, just on the shoreline as the water sort of creeps up and back down and up and
wait,
back down.
did we actually go skating on the water together then?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Why not?
I was like, if we beat him.
Justin took you on a little ice skating ride. He's not sure how it would work if he like took you with him to the side because it only is beneath his feet. So he just like did a piggyback ride with you and skated you around for a bit, and it was a lot of fun while everybody else was coming off the ship. It was a blast.
Yay!
It was a moment of happiness
New
amidst,
for her. She doesn't get to do stuff like this. It's
yeah,
very
amidst
special.
hours and hours of sorrow and death of all your friends. It was a nice little moment of reprieve.
Something we have in common.
Yeah. And Rusty, you see something rather strange. Looking beyond the tree line at the edge of the southwestern edge of Zethus, you swear you see a visage, some kind of almost apparition in blue light. And it appears to be looking around for something. And it's sort of hobbling and weird, like definitely human, this apparition. But
Right,
it's...
1 sec.
Yeah, you're good. Everyone else can obviously hear. It's sort of like a like he's wearing robes. He's wearing like a long robe, and he has a beard, but you can't really see his face. And he's showered in blue light, and sort of flame, and is looking around for something. And this is maybe 200 meters northeast of you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit jarred by just what's people invading my apartment. Could you
No,
run
that's
that
fine.
by me again, please?
Yes, it is some strange apparition of like a blue light, a flamey blue figure that is like 200 meters to the northeast of you, and he's wearing like a long robe, looks kind of human, kind of hobbled, doubled over, and has a
Okay.
beard.
Is it something that I'd be able to point out to the group if I could?
I think so. You'd be able to say like, "There's a weird light, like over
Right.
there."
So yeah, I just kind of, I'll crawl up onto Polly's shoulder and do that. I guess be like, hey, look over there.
What is it?
It looks like a wizard.
Daneth, with your perception roll as good as it was, now that you've been pointed out where to look, it's an unmistakable form. You're not familiar with what kind of magic or whatever is causing this apparition to appear, but it's clearly an apparition of one person, and I'm sure you can guess who it is.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna get out like my telescope here, just look through it for a better look. That's like my first reaction. It's like, I was
Sure.
like,
I hold
It
up
is
my phone with
goodness.
the zoom in front of the telescope.
Yeah, that'll work just fine.
combo I get. Yeah.
And it can only be one person, a person you were certain to be dead.
Let's see. Is it Miles?
It is Miles. There's an apparition of Miles, and at that, I want to take our first break. But before we do that, I think we should probably do the announcement. I think this is a good segue into the announcement.
What is
everybody
it,
in chat,
What is it?
What is it? Well, I think I should let Video ADEF probably do the announcement. So why don't we let Video ADEF take it away?
Production.
Hi there. My name is Adef. You may know me from the mildly critically acclaimed online Dungeons & Dragons show, Speedrunners and Dragons. I'm here to announce that if you've been walking around stores recently and noticed, my gosh, I don't have a gift for that special someone in my life this spooky season, have I got the solution for you? Do they love D&D? Well then, my friend, they're gonna love this one-of-a-kind die-rolling tower. It has our wood-burned-in engraved logo, those are adjectives, and also it folds in with magnets so you can take it on the go. We also have this excellent shirt. It's an employee shirt from Miles' Marvelous Magical Oddities, that wonderful shop, who could forget it from Campaign 2. And on the back it says, "He is weird," JPEG appearing on screen now. We also have this excellent die-rolling mat made of real leather, maybe. And you can buy all of these things at tantrumcollectibles.com. So be sure to check out the Speedrunners and Dragons merch collection and help support the show. Happy Halloween and Speedrunners and Dragons.
All right, that's right. Finally, after all this time, after 3 years of Speedrunners and Dragons, right at the tail end of season 3, we have merch! Exclamation mark merch in the chat room. Exclamation mark in the merch. Uh-oh.
Exclamation merc.
Exclamation
Oh, hi.
merch in the chat room. The website should be up. It is. Okay, so we have the He Is Weird shirt, which I am currently wearing. Oh my god. What a reveal.
Whoa.
Boom. It's a
There it is.
Miles, Magical Miles, Magically Marvelous Oddities employee t-shirt. And on the back it says He's Weird. It's actually an amazing shirt. The Tantrum team did an amazing job designing this. I had a lot of really annoying design notes and they took them beautifully. And it just is fantastic and really feels like an employee shirt. Like it feels like you work there. So I really recommend it. And then of course we have the die rolling tower. Richard, could we pop to the, yeah. So this is the die rolling tower. It has little notches in it so that you can roll your dice. I got a 3. And it has magnets in it so that you can actually collapse it and take it on the go, no problem. And then it props back up with magnets again, so you can put it on your tabletop and roll dice into it. And the wood burn in here, the wood burning in where it says Speedrunners and Dragons is our full logo. Thank you to my friend Khianna. I don't know if I ever formally thanked her, but she has given us the go-ahead to use this on the merch, which is very generous of her. But she's the original graphic artist behind this logo from 2020. She's amazing, and highly recommend you commission her for stuff. But we have that, and then we have the die rolling mat, which is sort of a leather on the back and a velvety texture on the front, with the more minimal S&D logo stitched in to the middle. And this does collapse, so the buttons undo, so you can carry it flat, or you can eat off of it like a plate if you wanted to. And then of course it re-buttons very nicely. And this is the only way that's ever existed to directly support Speedrunners and Dragons. So I highly recommend you take advantage of it. And you know, I wouldn't just say this, like, I genuinely do mean it. The products are like genuinely high quality. Like, we have other Tantrum people, Tantrum affiliated people in the show, and they can attest to it. Tantrum, they make really great stuff.
Their stuff is great. Yes,
the shirt is really high quality. The die rolling mat feels like it. This is something I would buy. And the wood burn into the die rolling tower is like really stellar. So yeah, this is a way to support Speedrunners and Dragons, and is a you know, a delightful thing you can own at home and rep the brand. So feel free to check it out. And a few things, they do ship internationally, but it is more expensive. So that is worth noting. But I believe they will ship to many places across the world. But domestic shipping in the US at least is very easy. Yeah, if you buy any of these items and you get them delivered to your home, please take pictures and send them to us in the Discord. We'd love to see you wearing the shirt, playing with the die rolling tower in your home games, or rolling in the die mat. We'd love to see it. And if you want to watch the trailer that I made last night and today, you can watch it on our YouTube. It is up right now. Thank you everybody so much for the excitement. There's been a lot of clamor about having S&D merch for like 2 years now, and I'm glad it finally exists. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So please enjoy. And with that, we're going to head to our first break. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. That gives you time to browse the options, see if you want to pick something up for yourself or a loved one this holiday season. We'll see you in just a little bit. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speedrunners and Dragons Campaign 3, Episode 9. When we just left off, we announced merchandise. Oh my god, wait. He is weird. Boom. He is weird. Speaking of him.
Wow.
We see this flaming. Also, if you're on YouTube, the link to the merch is in the description, or the trailer is on our channel if you want to watch it. Yeah, everybody, you see this individual in the distance, yeah, what's the play?
So I just I put down my spyglass really quick. I called it like 5 different things: periscope, telescope, spyglass, magnifying glass, and whatever. Spyglass is what I'm deciding on. I just look and I just press like Miles, just like an exasperated, like disbelieved, like I can't describe what I'm seeing. Is like I'm just puzzled. How is he still here?
Did you say Miles?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Miles that
exploded the world.
Yes. He should have. We defeated him years ago.
He kind of looks like a ghost, though.
Yeah.
So maybe he is dead.
But
maybe you defeated him.
But still, ghost or not,
Everybody be on your guard.
This is definitely well, it's a Miles magical oddity for sure. Honestly, I'm not sure what we do here. Are we gonna go in closer?
Have a great day. Goodbye.
Sorry, I had to send a message to someone really quickly. I apologize.
Okay.
You know, merch drops and the like. So yeah, what's the plan? Sorry, I apologize.
All right, so I'm looking at Miles. I'm kind of weary that this is, some sort of trap or, something to try and get us over there. So I'm voting we proceed in that direction with extreme caution. So we're docked, right? So we're on shore.
Yeah.
Okay, so I motioned to the party just like we should get closer, see if we can find out what's actually going on. There's no way Miles should be here at all. There has to be an explanation.
Hey, Dan.
But it could be a trap, yeah.
Do you think that ghosts are affected by gravity? Wait, hold on. Do you have gravity here?
Dan's just looks
goodbye.
around and
Bye, everybody.
all right, so Dan's just sitting there. I'm just like looking at Paulie, just baffled. I just stare him dead in the eye. I
Yes,
just do a little
polygravity
jump.
exists here. You should drop an object.
Yeah, so I just do a jump in front of him, and then I will go up, put my hands out, and it's like, is that enough for you?
Okay, that's good. So then back to my first question. Do you think that the ghost cares?
Cares.
Do you see this apparition floating there? I'm not sure it cares about anything. Like, I don't think it'd be affected by gravity.
All right, that's good to know. Thank you.
In interest of time, the apparition begins to move northeast. It starts to walk away from you.
Okay. Are we following?
Follow that
yeah.
ghost.
Let's go follow it.
Nickelodeon's hit program.
Mm-hmm. You could start by following the ghost to the northeast.
To the crypts.
Don't let the scary man grab you from out of the shadows.
You will have to pay him a styrofoam coin.
Remember to answer these 5
what
trivia
team are we on?
questions. All right.
What team? Just quick show of hands.
Purple
Who's
parrots.
purple? I'm a purple parrot. I'm a purple parrot for sure. Purple parrot guy. Do we have any silver? What were they? Silver.
Silver snakes.
I don't remember.
snake.
I thought they
at
were
all.
the green snakes or something like that.
Maybe this
green
was
monkeys,
Blueberry
silver
cooties.
snakes,
Green monkeys, silver snakes,
orange
purple parrots,
iguanas,
orange iguanas.
red
Yeah, 'cause
jaguars,
I'm a silver
blue
snake.
barracudas.
I like how I was like, in the interest of time, it has moved up, but now we're talking about.
Well, now something
This
relevant
is
has
more
come up.
important.
Something important has come up. Okay, so he starts to walk northeast, and you start to follow. You're. Let's have everybody roll investigation this time. If you could all roll investigation for me, or actually, roll
No, so you should definitely investigation. I think that's
roll
a good
insight. Roll insight.
Roll. Oh, that's
All right.
Blue barracudas. Rusty.
15.
Mamba.
17.
Chance.
15.
Lexi.
15.
Daneth.
19.
Ooh, Polly.
4.
Not right.
Polly, my man.
Ever
That's about
insightful,
right.
Paulie.
A plate of lasagna floats through your mind. What a tasty treat it must be. If only. For the rest of you.
Lasagna.
You.
It's like Homer Simpson.
Yeah, with donuts.
Mm.
For the rest of you, you don't sense any ill will from this apparition. In fact, you don't sense any intent at all. This seems almost to be a replaying. You sense this was an event that has already taken place, and this intuition is sort of confirmed by the fact that you see it interact with something that's not there anymore. There was like some object that he picks up and looks at and then sets back down, and there's nothing there. When you get to where he was when he did that, there's nothing present. So this is like some kind of replay of an event that's already taken place, you think?
Okay. So I'm sticking close, but like Dan's constantly looking left and right because he fears that the ABC are here. We did get a tip that they are on Zethus, this little island we're on. Who knows where? So I'm just like, I'm so paranoid. Like at a moment's notice, I want to be ready. So, but we're continuing to follow.
Sure. You walk for some time, and Daneth, you pass these you'll remember that there were like little houses and encampments where the offerings were kept. Chance, for your, or rather Patrick, for your knowledge, because everyone else obviously knows this from campaign 2, but there was this thing in the world of Liseptia where basically these like children offerings were sent every year to this island and never seen again at the behest of the gods. And they lived there, evidently. We didn't know this, but once our players made it to Zethus for the first time, they found out that like they lived there for a while before they were killed. And they just sort of had these like child encampments where they just like foraged for food and lived on their own until they were sacrificed. And later they found out that they were being sacrificed to this like brink demon thing. Dan, if you get the feeling that you're walking in that general direction, you feel like you're walking back towards where you fought the brink beast the first time.
The first time, yes. All right. So I want to just check if there's any creatures nearby or any humanoids nearby, just to like ease my suspicion.
You haven't noticed anything, and your previous insight and perception checks can carry this.
Okay.
But, you also, I mean, all of you now have been so attuned to the brink that you sort of are able to sense brink movements around you. And really the only brink sense you're getting is from the apparition.
Okay.
That's the only like resident brink energy you can feel.
All right. So I'm going to say it's like, so maybe I'm noticing the path Miles is taking is familiar, and I'm just going to say this to the party. This is where it happens. This is because this is where the calamity started, right here. I just really
be on the island where it happens.
Yeah. So I'm just telling us like this is where it happens. This is where it all began. The destruction of Liseptia as I knew it, and I figured I'm just continuing going around unless someone else has something else to add.
Damn, that sucks.
It's true, it does. So yeah, I mean, after another maybe 10 or 15 minutes of walking, you see it. You see the pit of sacrifice. And it is this well looking thing. And it's got stone around the perimeter and then just a chasm beneath. This massive opening in the ground. And this is where they were sacrificed. And you see Miles walk up to it, and he inspects it, and then he jumps in. And sort of, he does some magic, or he did some magic back whenever this happened, and he floats down into the pit.
Okay.
Can't see. Can we see the bottom?
Running over, none of you have... Daneth, do you have dark vision?
I do.
Daneth...
Maxwell has dark vision too.
Ooh, let's go. Robot and dwarf doing things. Let's go.
All right.
He has sonar.
Oh,
He
Rusty
can-
has dark vision? Pog. Okay. He has sonar?
Yeah.
All right, well, the sonar is going to be way better than anything else.
I mean, it can only go up to like 30.
I got detect
Okay.
objects 1,000 feet away. So.
Oh, shoot. So anyway, the dark vision, how far is it? 120 feet? 200 feet?
I think it's just, it treats it the same as your regular line of sight, I thought.
I thought it just like upgraded whatever darkness to like the tier next. So like if it was really dark.
Dim is light and
60 feet. I got 60 feet. Dark vision,
Okay.
60 feet.
You can see maybe that there is a bottom to this thing that you wouldn't have seen the first time, because the first time you were here and the only time you were here was when you fought this thing. And also the son of one of the gods was the guy who turned out to be the surprise villain.
Surprise
but-
dad.
His secret dad. But yeah, there's something down there.
Okay. And so,
Are there any animals nearby? I used to ask. all
Yeah,
the time
question.
in
I was about to
lessons.
say, this is a very Elencia question.
Yeah.
There is a squirrel. No, there's a chipmunk. There's a chipmunk on the ground nearby,
back in a few
nibbling on an acorn.
Oh, birds.
does Daneth
Okay.
recognize this chipmunk?
Dana feels like he's seen this chipmunk before.
Oh, that's a long time. I don't think they lived that long.
This is a different place. This is a different world.
Things work different in the land of Liseptia.
That's right. Who knows? Chippy boy could
Chippy
well be alive.
boy.
Chippy boy
Bro.
and wife.
My bro.
Why do you ask?
I was
Lexi?
gonna see if there's a bird for Rusty to.
Oh, I thought an animal just throw in the pit.
Yeah. No.
Lexi's gone full psychopath after killing Kevin.
The trauma. She's like, one more thing. She's gonna
Yeah.
fucking snap.
Yeah, no, there's the chipmunk, and then that's it. And the
boy.
chipmunk scurries off. You can only get so much fan service in one day.
All right. All right. Very good.
Okay, so suddenly have to talk to animals. Roll.
And Justin is like, man, only it were just cloudy, you know. And I could
We
take.
trying to go
family.
down there?
Are we not? I mean, that mysterious blue man just went down there.
Yeah, does that
And
mean,
if
does
my-
that mean
if
we
my-
want to go down there too?
If my coworkers had ever taught me anything, it's that you always go to a blue man group show when the tickets are offered. So
It's a great show. Yeah,
but
so I'm gonna
your
reach
friends jump
into
down a
my
well,
bag.
Are you gonna do the same thing?
Well, I'm not going to jump in. Dan is going to reach into his bag here and pull out a conveniently sized rope that we can use to shimmy down without jumping and breaking our limbs. Is there anything around I could just tie it onto? A tree or something I could just start rappelling down?
How many feet of hempen rope do you have?
Gosh. Sit here somewhere. Can I say enough?
Yeah, fine. There's a puzzle coming up later that you'll actually need to solve. Yeah, you're able to tie the rope to a sturdy looking trunk nearby and fasten it nicely, and then you can start rappelling down.
So I start rappelling down, and I look at everybody standing there. I'm just like, well, are you coming or not?
Can the
Justin's
robot
up.
do this?
Yeah, I was just thinking, is how what's the walls of the.
Earth.
I was like, can he like.
Is there dirt in Liseptia? I'm just waiting to be asked.
Yes, there's dirt.
We'll leave Max here for now. He can be a good lookout. Can communicate from afar.
Max posts up. He goes into the do it to him pose. He's ready.
Like, I'm here for you, superstar.
He's lucky Luciano'd up. And the rest of you rappel down, I assume?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Lexi's like, I probably need a little assistance. Rappelling
Justin's like,
down rope.
My lady! It's like... And then as he begins to rappel with you like on his back, it's far harder than he assumed it would be. And he's gonna make a strength saving throw.
Oh, no. Okay.
Genuinely a 1. Genuinely a 1.
Do what you gotta do. I can fix it. Do what you gotta do.
He falls. Justin falls off the rope with Lexi in tow, and he's like, "Fuck!" and he starts to fall backwards. And he grabs.
Can I notice in time?
Yeah, you can notice. He grabs you, Lexi, and turns so that his back would hit the ground first.
Oh.
Aww.
It's snowing outside, guys. He's on it.
I cast gravity schmavity, and I turn gravity to how far are they falling? Like all the way from the top, like full 60 feet or whatever.
Yep.
All right. I change their gravity to minus half.
Yeah, they're able to. They like float down. And there's a little thud on the ground, Lexi, but you're fine. And Justin calls up and is like, "Grazie mille, Polly Lasagna."
Yeah. Maybe next time I don't do that.
Thank you, Polly.
And Justin's like, "Hey, I'm really sorry about that."
Like, I appreciate you trying to sacrifice yourself for me. So, right, next time I have other things.
Yeah.
I just sigh because I just see them go by me since I went down first, and
Justin walks over to the wall and just like pounds his fist on the wall. He's like, "Fuck." But
Like, here's your jacket.
yeah, he puts it back on. He's like, "Damn." He Patrick's message in chat.
Oh, Patty's message.
killed
Yeah.
me. Pat, for those of you on YouTube, Patrick just chatted because Patrick can hear us. He has wireless headphones. He just chatted, "I cast poop on enemy toilet." Word.
I saw
Unrelated
that
to
and
whatever's
then
happening
looked and saw
off
he was
screen.
gone.
Yeah. As the lot of you make it down,
That's 20, baby.
nat 20, baby. There
Roll
is
double
a,
dice, please, Patrick.
Would you call that a critical shit?
Oh my goodness. Is this what I've been missing all
Wow.
campaign 3?
You've missed nothing. You've missed absolutely nothing. Nothing has happened. The entrance in front of you is an ancient looking doorway. And Danith, this looks far older than anything you've seen of any like architecture in Liseptia. It kind of reminds you of that you'll remember in campaign 2, like halfway through the campaign, maybe a little over halfway through, you and the group went through like an ancient tunnel with like a magic elevator thing
Yeah.
and saw like murals. This is like that architecture style, but maybe even older.
So we didn't like fall and land on a pit of bodies.
No. You fell into like some kind of ancient chamber.
Great. That's okay. Good. That's better than what I was expecting.
And it looks like maybe there were stairs here at some point that spiraled
Circle
down.
down.
Like sort of Skyrim style. Because like in Skyrim, there's all those like burial crypts you go into where you like take the stairs downwards.
So do we
Where my Bleak Falls Barrow homies at?
we like see either the apparition of Miles down here, or is the door accessible? Is it open?
The door is open. The gateway is open.
Shall we? Like, wait. Lights on.
I'll say I was rummaging for a torch or something, but I just like stop and I obviously, of course. Is there anything this device can't do?
Yeah. It has its limitations, but we're working on that.
I almost made a really horrible joke. And it shan't be made, but you get to just imagine. Anyway, as you walk into this room, what's the walking order, by the way? What's our walking order looking like, gamers?
I guess Lexi's somewhere toward the.
I really just need to know first and last.
I think I'm going first, probably.
Probably.
So I'm
Same.
acting as the guide
Right.
for
Even though
here.
you've never been here.
Even though
I'd
I've
be,
never
like,
been
way
here,
behind.
I feel like I have responsibility given everything I've gone through to like
Right.
end this personally. So I'm just like, let's do this.
Sure.
I'm very confident. Like they're not going to escape this time. Whoever's back here. So
And who's bringing
Yeah.
up the rear?
Probably
It'll be
Justin
me.
for feeling like a tool.
Oh.
Yeah, Justin's not feeling great. That's a good point. He's taking up the back, and as soon as Justin crosses the threshold of the door, the door slams shut behind him, and torches light on the ceiling, and you see that you're in a very odd room. It has a mirror, a wall-to-wall mirror on the right side, and a wall-to-wall mirror on the left side. It's a square room, and in front of you there is a door, very similar to the door behind you, and there is an inscription above the door, and in the room also there is a man, and there are pillars. There are 4 pillars in the room. So it's all right. I'm gonna start over. You walk through the door shuts. There are 4 pillars in the room that are holding the room up, support structures. Then there's a wall-to-wall mirror beyond the 2 pillars on your right. That is the wall. And there's a wall-to-wall mirror on the left. It's also floor to ceiling, both of them, beyond the 2 pillars to your left. The wall in front of you is just the door and the inscription atop it, and that's it.
Let's door on either side as well.
Paul, you are muted.
Or behind us, door in front of us.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's exactly my question. Different
Yep.
door than the one we came in. Okay.
Hi, Patrick.
How was your poop?
Out of 10. What's your number out
I
of
feel
10?
great.
Good.
I feel light.
Excellent.
5 was the average. What was your number out of 10?
6.9.
Nice.
So there's a man sitting on the ground leaning up against the far pillar on the left, and he has a scraggly beard.
I would like to say hello immediately without any thought.
He doesn't respond.
I walk up and poke him.
It's almost like touching him doesn't do anything. Like
As
he
in, like,
doesn't-
I don't feel it? Like,
No,
it's,
you feel
he's
it.
ethereal? Oh,
You
okay.
feel it, but he doesn't respond. He's definitely breathing. He's alive and sort of just sitting there up against the pillar, sort of just remiss and unresponsive.
Do I
Hey,
recognize
you know
this
this weirdo?
person? I was about to say, do I know this person?
No, you've never seen this man before in your life.
I really
gonna
have to, I just don't. I've never seen this person ever in my life.
That's all right. I'll start guessing names. Charles.
That's your default name, it seems.
Timothy.
That's your default thing, Charles.
This is
Have I
the
called a
real
lot of things
Charles.
Charles?
You were
Charles-
you were Charles.
You called
Not
yourself
but
Charles
a few weeks
Charles.
ago.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. It's
Um,
like I have a timer that resets. It's been a few weeks. Improv name, Charles.
The a fun thing if you ever go to an improv show, there is like an unspoken, weirdly, like, it's not intentional, but if you pay attention at improv shows, there's a good chance that people will, because like if you name yourself in an improv scene, or if you name like another person, like you gift them a name, a lot of the times it will be a J name. It would be a name that starts with the letter J for some reason. So like in improv scenes all the time, I used to get notes that were just J name. Because like I will have gone into the scene and be like, "What's up, Jeff?" And then my coach would be like, "J name," because it's like all we do. So you have to like really for some reason think about not doing a J name. Anyway, yeah, he
I guess
doesn't
I have to think
respond.
about not doing Charles.
Yeah, exactly, same thing. He doesn't respond to any of the names. He doesn't even seem to be responding to stimulus.
Not even Daniel?
Not
Or Timothy?
even Daniel or Timothy. Common one.
Charles again?
Didn't work again. It
Lexi's
worked this
gonna-
time.
I'll
So
forget
Lexi's
it.
gonna walk up. She
Knew
still has
it.
like her phone light. You can kind of like have some light near him, I guess. You
Can
could
I check?
turn into his eyes like a doctor and be like,
Green M&M?
"Look, excuse me."
Red M&M? No.
His
Brown?
the light doesn't like he's blinking, but he doesn't blink in response to the light, and his pupils don't dilate or move.
Can I roll
Can I-
investigation, see if he's looking at something that's
Yeah, sure.
There's something in
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
All right, yeah. Just like see if there's something noticeable about this.
I guess
Meanwhile,
Lexi
I'm
should
going
as
to put
well
his-
because she's literally up in his.
Meanwhile, I'm going to grab his hand and
Okay.
put his finger up his own nose.
All right. So I got a 20, not a nat 20, just an overall 20.
He doesn't appear to be looking at anything necessarily. He's kind of just looking at the ground in front of him.
Yeah, and there's nothing odd like about his person other than being in the States.
No, he just looks like he's like maybe been here a while.
Can I
You
lift
gather
him?
that he may have been stuck in this room for some time.
May I lift him?
Could you?
Can you lift him?
I was gonna do that too, so I'll help you lift him.
You are
Okay.
unable to move him.
But I can move his arm to his nose.
No, you couldn't do that either.
Come
Preston,
on!
could you like get in his head or like swap somehow? See if something happens.
That's actually what I was thinking of trying. So I like sit in front of him and I like turn my bracelet, and I do modern Prometheus and see if I can like swap conscious with him.
It comes right back to you. You're unable to swap with him. I will remind you, there is an inscription above the door.
We're just
I
like
can't
trying to
read.
fuck with
Yeah,
this guy.
I want to read it. I want to read it.
Okay, phone lights up on it.
I'm gonna send it to you, Fant.
All right.
Can we read it?
This is fucking classic, dude. S&D puzzle, they do not read the fucking door.
I
Hey,
figured
hey,
it wasn't
I-
in English.
I was
so we're
rolling
just overlooking it.
investigation. Is open to do it. All right.
Hold on, mysterious figure on the ground, breathing slowly. There's
Is
something
this-
written on the door next to you.
All right. I'm just gonna say, did anybody not notice the text on this door here?
No, I was busy looking at the man that's half dead. What does the door say?
Man. It says quite plainly, "The path shall only open to those willing and able to touch skull to stone."
I dropped the ground.
Donk. The door opens. The door does not open. Nothing happens.
I think it's wrong.
Didn't work. Something wrong with the puzzle. So yeah, the reminder that the relevant there are the pillars, the mirrors, and the inscription, and the guy.
Where's the guy?
He's on the left frontmost pillar, just sitting down.
Is
Can
his
Oh, he can't move.
Can we move the mirrors?
Which mirror are you attempting to touch?
One of them.
Pick left or right.
You
Left.
could start by picking
You
the
pick
left,
left?
mirror.
I pick left.
When you attempt to touch this wall, like the mirror is the wall.
Okay.
When you attempt to touch it, your hand goes through it.
All right. Can I go all the way? All the way through.
You could go all the way.
I'm going.
Um,
I'm gonna go all the way through.
when you step,
You
when
asked that so suggestively. Can I go all
the balls
the
are
way?
tall. You
The walls are tall, handsome.
You step through the mirror, and for the rest of the party, it's still just a mirror, but you see Daneth go through it. And Daneth, on the other side of the mirror, you're in the same room again.
Is the
but
guy there?
The guy is there. What? Beg your pardon, Polly?
Are we there?
No. So you step through the mirror, and you're in the room again. The room is like a slightly different color, not just the room itself, but like everything. It's like so minuscule, different shade of the world. And the guy's beard seems shorter.
Okay. So potentially some time shenanigans going on here. If the
I'm
beard...
gonna go to the other mirror and keep going until the man is deteriorated and put his skull on stone.
You know, when I design puzzles, I don't account for one key aspect.
Daddy.
Patrick.
That there's a man.
Guys, follow me. The other way. I put the skull against the stone and the door opened. Let's go.
And we'll
So
see
Patrick-
you next Monday.
Grum, as you begin running through the Chance, as you begin going through the mirrors, you go through the first one, and the stone of the pillars is like older, is the best way to put it. Like there's pebbles where there weren't, and deterioration where there wasn't. And the man, it looks older. And you go another one, and he is decrepit. And you go one more, and he is like dead. And you go another one, and he is a skeleton. And you can keep going if you want. You are able to grab his skull off of his skeleton.
I'm gonna start placing it against stones.
It doesn't. How do I want to say this?
I put it on the inscription
studying the
above the
mirror?
door.
When you put it on the inscription above the door, those of you that are in the main room, the door begins to open.
Something's happening.
The door. Also, a cool detail. I made a version of this puzzle for a different campaign that I run here in Los Angeles with my brother. And I couldn't remember exactly how I did it, but this was a detail in that one of how they solved their version. It had to do with like a symbol they had seen earlier in the campaign, rather than what this is. But Chance, as you've been walking through, you sort of start to notice that there are like, because there's dust all over the floor of this place. The first mirror you went through, you saw footprints where your friends were standing in the previous one. And as you keep going through, those footprints begin to dissipate. But it seems like affectations in the first room propagate forwards in time. Just a fun little detail you could have written on the ground to the man, but that's fine. You touch Skull Stone. And
Wait, what?
there is a version of this where if you're in the earlier time and you write on the ground, the future man will see it.
Oh. And
That
that was
could've
part
been
of
a
the
way-
puzzle for the other campaign you did.
Yeah, where
Okay.
like you could speak with him via doing this, but it doesn't really matter for this one.
Interesting.
I'm just
Cool.
I'm just flexing for no reason. Anyway, you touch the skull to the stone in the future, and it opens the door in the present.
I pocket the skull.
I'm gonna give you a gift. Walk through the next one.
Oh, okay. I go through the next one even further.
There is another skeleton with its skull removed. And so it seems like everyone who's ever solved this puzzle, you're not the first one, has just gone to the first skeleton they found and taken the skull. And so they're just waiting for other versions of him to die so that there are more skulls to take. But yeah, anyway, you're able to pocket the skull and go back.
Would he know that the door opened?
No, no. So I guess, Chance, you have no feedback.
Oh.
Um,
Well, I guess I would put the skull to stone and then think I should go back with the skull. So I take the skull back to the first room.
as you're taking the skull back through the rooms, it begins to de-age.
Oh.
Ew.
And it becomes, it has tissue and muscle and then skin and then hair and then eyes and then blood is dripping out of the head of this thing.
I keep going. I'm holding it by the hair, just out.
Once you get to the first room, it starts to scream. And it's just...
Bro, what the fuck did you do?
Found it.
Door's still open though?
Yeah, the door's open.
Oh, hey, the door's open. Look, I solved the puzzle.
Oh my god! Put that
Just gonna leave it there screaming.
She's like covering her ears. She's like,
Do you want... The head dies. It dies.
I'll put the head in the lap of the man.
Jesus Christ.
What else do I do with it?
I don't know. I don't know.
What, you want me to just chuck it back through one of the mirrors?
I don't
Keep
know.
going back in time until it disappears.
My
Little
God.
baby head.
We've got some real questions about morality going on here.
oh.
I kind of want to go back in time. It's how far we can go. See what
You're
happens.
welcome to.
Just keep
You're welcome to
sprinting
try.
through.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I've seen
Uh,
Goosebumps.
Bum, 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 bum. Viewer beware. You're in for a scare. God, I fucking love Goosebumps. You enter through the door. This door does not shut behind you.
How nice of it.
And you are in a cave system. And there is a running stream beneath your feet. And it stretches as far as the eye can see, but it sort of winds. You're in a tight corridor of like a chasm, and there are bridges above you. And that is all you can see. But you do sense, all of you, that there is brink energy in this cave somewhere.
Do we follow the river?
You certainly may.
Just keep walking?
Sure. Justin walks on the stream,
Of course.
creating ice as he goes. But the rest of you, everybody's walking forward. And could I have you roll perception since you are in the lead here?
Yep, sure will. I got a... I got a 15.
Us.
Goodness, thank you. You hear footsteps above, on the layer above, after you've walked for maybe 10 minutes. And there is a bridge that is being, like a wooden bridge that is being walked across by something.
Of us?
Yeah, above.
All right, I've relayed that information to the squad, and I kind of just like stop there. I want to wait and see what happens. Like if they're right there, I don't want to be seen right now, so I'm just like, quiet. We're looking at this bridge, seeing if we can identify who is or what is crossing it?
With dark vision, because it is quite dark in here, you can kind of tell that it's some kind of big humanoid figure. Like it is bipedal.
Is it balls tall?
It's balls tall, and it walks across the bridge, and then a second crosses, and they speak to each other, sort of like, and then they go into a room or something.
Okay.
That's the only one that sees this.
Daneth and Rusty see this.
And hear it, probably.
Yeah, everyone hears it.
Mm-hmm. I guess it says, I think that was Gillian.
You think Gillian sounds like that?
I thought... maybe you're speaking monster language, dialect, thinking it's whatever was followed up. I don't know.
In case we shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Would you like to move stealthily?
Yes.
Everybody roll stealth for me.
Aw, shit.
Oh, I shall use the die roller yet again. Justin got a 10. Pauly?
7.
Mamba?
All right.
16.
Chance?
19.
Lexi?
15.
Rusty?
24.
Sounds about right too.
Daneth?
9.
Pauly and Daneth and Justin, who are all the classic failures of stealth, start clinking around. The rest of you are able to move quite stealthily, and you hear some more hushed sort of from up above.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, understandable. And it sounds hurried.
All right, so I'm guessing. I think. Is it safe to assume they probably heard us?
Probably.
Okay. All right. Heck.
I think they're onto us.
I think they're on to us.
We can't get any visual on what's up there.
No, not really. It's quite high. It's like another 30 feet up.
Okay. Well, if they've heard us, like, what else can go wrong? So, continue going forward.
Is there any clear path to get to where they are?
You can't see as of yet, but there's only one path forward.
Okay.
Maybe we
Get on,
should-
clank,
I
clank, clank,
whispered-
clank. All
I
right.
whispered to the group, should I go up there? Because I can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you afraid to, or are
Yeah.
you prepared to battle whatever it is?
I don't know. You want to come with me?
I'll
You're
go.
small, I could bring you. I can't bring you.
What?
Maybe I could bring everybody.
You control gravity, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Only for one person at a time. Actually, oh wait, no, I could do it. I could bring everybody up there. Are we good with this? It's gonna feel weird.
I was carrying a screaming, disembodied head.
That's a good
Screaming.
point.
Yeah,
I
can
cast-
you never do
I-
that again, please?
I cast Fatal Attraction a little higher than halfway from
sick.
us to the bridge.
Yeah.
And-
Everybody begins to like float up towards where he cast it. And then as you slingshot past it,
Yeah, and as we do, I dispel it.
and as he dispels
just
it,
love that
you are
Polly-
launched up and you're all able to land on the lip above.
I just love that this character of Polly has perfect understanding of how gravity physics work. Like pinpoint perfection understanding of
it's
gravity
Didn't even have to
physics.
roll an acrobatics saving
It's
throws.
innate-
Like,
it's
yeah.
an
It's kind of like the
Amazing.
same thing as like himbo athletes who can perfectly throw a ball 400 yards to like a precise spot. That's
He's
a lot of
very
physics
athletic,
going on in
dude.
your brain.
Fair enough. It's just still funny
It's
to
just
me.
part of him. It's just part of it.
This big dumb meatball man. Just, hold on, let's do the gravity calculations on paper.
It's from all the pizza dough tossing.
He just eyeballs
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
So yeah, you all make it up onto the ledge, and on the bridge, crossing the bridge away from like a doorway with torchlight coming out of it, are these two massive, hairy figures. And Richard, we can throw the image on screen if you have it queued. If not, that's fine.
Are they very attractive?
I would not say that. No. Oh, not the first one. That's spoiler. Not the first one. Those are two different encounters. I did not specify that.
Nobody saw that.
In Monster
Nobody saw
Hunter.
that.
Nobody saw that. There's nothing there. Delete that. Delete that. This is what role playing's all about, baby. That's true. I'm not saying this is your fault. I'm not saying this is your fault.
Whoa.
I'm not saying this is your fault.
There's a dragon.
So yeah, these two massive hairy figures stand on the bridge, and they dart their eyes back at the lot of you and see you. Yeah, those guys.
All right.
Are you guys twins?
Why are you asking them that?
Ollie, I don't think they're here to chat.
They raise their massive weapons and they start bounding across the bridge.
Hey, damn it! What the fuck is that?
I don't think I've seen it before, right?
No, you haven't. This is like a 10-foot tall creature, demonic-looking creature, and it has like brink-filled eyeballs.
Rusty, now would be a good time to switch.
Yeah, so I think Dan's assumption is like one of the brink monsters that have poured forth since Miles, has little incidents. So I don't recognize it exactly, but it's like I've dealt with something like this before, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe
Yeah.
not this exact thing, but yeah,
Right.
it's like, it's like this is what I've been dealing with for the past 6 years or something like that.
Right.
A while. This is what I've been dealing with for the past while. I haven't seen it before. We need to end this now.
What kind of bridge is it? Is it like one of those rope bridges?
Oh, baby, if there's a bridge in an ADEF campaign in a cave, it's a rope bridge.
Yeah. Is there stable ground nearby where we could potentially get to safety if I do something to the bridge?
You are not on the bridge.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're on the ledge.
All right.
Hey, how
And,
about you use those pointy swords of yours to chop the bridge, Dennis?
Yeah, how far is the bridge from me? Is it
10 feet.
10 feet? Okay. Yeah. I want to attempt to cut the bridge down.
Roll to hit, please.
All right. So that is roll plus your
Plus the
proficiency
weapon modifiers, whatever they may be. So for you,
The
it's
attack
either,
bonus,
It's either
yeah.
dex or strength,
Yep.
and then proficiency.
Okay. So I've got a 26.
Yeah, you run past and slice up at the ropes, and they snap and fall, and the beasts jump, and one of them falls all the way down and starts to get up slowly, and the other one grabs a ledge about 10 feet below, maybe 15 feet below, and starts slowly climbing upwards.
All right. I want to potentially take out my bow and intercept it before they can climb all the way up.
Sure.
All right, so I pull out my bow, Alien. Name my bow. It's still that. It's also what asking about that.
Yeah.
So just another roll to hit.
Yeah,
All right, this is a 17.
that hits.
All right. So I guess I'm aiming for whatever hand is carrying the most weights right now.
Okay.
Yep. So let it soar. Do I need to do a damage calculation here?
Yes, please.
Okay.
please.
All right. So I need to get another dice out. Oh,
You can always use trusty Google.
I have it right here. All right. So it's just standard one. So it is 1d8 plus 4 piercing. So that's just like a light 7 damage from that.
Okay, and the arrow lands in his hand, he like flails and he's gonna make a strength save, which he has. Okay. Oh, 23.
Damn it.
He is hanging on by a thread, and Justin sees this, and Justin is like, "Guys, we can just run, probably."
Do we
Oh,
want
yeah.
to
Yeah.
run?
Justin just goes.
good with that.
Justin is through the lit doorway that they were heading towards.
Lexi's going right after him.
Do the creatures have anything on their persons visible?
They have dropped their clubs, their massive clubs.
But they're in the bottom of the valley.
Yeah, the
again.
bottom of the chasm. Other than that, it doesn't look like they're holding anything now.
All right, I'm out.
All right.
Looks like they've got some nice loincloths going.
Yeah, if you want to
Pocket
see
rockets.
balls tall. So yeah, you clear into this room, and Justin is running ahead, and you run through these like weaving passageways, and those of you that are paying attention, this is such like a non-maze like. This is so non-labyrinthian for like these ancient corridors. This place feels like it served a purpose. Something took place here regularly, and those guys maybe facilitated it. And the initial doorway you walked through was kind of like a guard quarters for them. They had like little beds in there, not little, but beds, just like shitty beds that they slept in. And as you continue to run through these corridors and through all these wooden doorways, eventually Lexi, you burst through a doorway, and Justin is holding his hands up and he's going like this. And as you all file in, he's like, stop. And
Looking around.
he points down, and you are in this. How many people here have played Dark Souls 1?
Yeah.
Never heard of
Happy.
it.
Yeah, I'm sure, Patrick. You know the Gaping Dragon boss fight where you enter above, like, and you like look down, and then you have to walk down into the arena.
Sure.
So the area that you are in is like an upper balcony almost, with like slits in these cave walls that are like etched in, and looking down over the ledge there is a dragon.
No way!
There's this massive black scaled blue-eyed dragon. It's the blue eyes black dragon. And
Have that card.
I have that card. And it is sleeping in the middle of the chamber, and the chamber is massive, hundreds of feet wide, hundreds of feet long, and it sleeps in the middle of the room. And Gillian can be seen. Gillian is walking past the dragon around its right side.
Does Gillian see us or get wind of us?
With your stealth rolls, I mean, probably. When
If
the
we-
door was flung open, Gillian, you maybe noticed it, but as you're all looking out over the balcony, Gillian turns and looks up at all of you. And he just speaks loudly. He says, "Do you know what they used to use this place for?"
There's a dragon there. Shh. What are you doing?
Orgies?
No.
Reverbing throughout the chambers.
Orgies.
And he pets the dragon. And he says,
Oh, Fluffy.
"This thing won't wake until I need it to. No. You see, this place was where they brought the offerings. This is where they brought the children. And they sacrificed them down here to create objects of pure power. And this Miles figure found one of them. But there's one left. And I'm going to go claim what's mine, if that's okay with all of you. But you have fun down here.
So not orgies?
No. I'll just be in the next room."
All right.
And he puts his hand on the dragon and channels brink energy through it, and then he scurries off into a door in the back, and he opens and shuts it and is gone. And the dragon begins to rise, and its neck begins to spin, and it wakes. And it doesn't know you're there yet, but it is now awake and walking around the room.
So we got extremely inarticulate cavemen behind us, a dragon in front of us, and the king of all evil a couple rooms ahead. Which way do we go?
We just get past the dragon? Just go past the dragon real quick.
All right, you test that theory out. We'll wait here, see how it goes.
We need to distract. I mean, if it's gonna notice us at some point.
I have a really silly idea.
Do it.
I turn my bracelet and I go Modern Prometheus and I focus on the dragon.
I thought you might do this, but I'm fine with it. What is the saving throw?
Intelligence against mine.
He is now proficient in intelligence saving throws. This is not a monster I designed. This is a proper D&D monster manual
All right.
guy. All right. Against your what, sorry?
My intelligence, so 15.
15. He fails! It's a 9! No, a 10, sorry, a 10.
All right.
Okay. You swap consciousness with the dragon.
Awesome.
Lexi, you hear this, and you know what it means because
Where
it
was
happened.
Rusty's body?
On your shoulder.
Okay.
Like, hold Rusty!
Uh,
I hold Rusty at arm's length, like very far away from me.
it's like desperately trying to breathe energy, Rusty, you are now a dragon.
Yeah, I feel like the first thing that would happen is I would just like collapse from not like the mass
it's
shift.
weird. You're like Bambi in the first scene.
Yeah.
Like you're like.
And I'm like, okay, it's safe. Run, go.
Like, you say, you got this. Can you?
The way
Please,
that
break down
the way that this brink works is that I have 60 seconds in this body, so you guys have 60 seconds to get where you're going. I guess I can swipe at the door that he just went in, and then just wait for you guys to run to it. That's what I do.
Yell at Justin.
So you guys begin to, Justin is gone. Justin is going.
He's with him.
And you run down the hallway, and there's a staircase that zigzags along the outer wall into the cavern, the big open room. Who's last to run?
See, my stubby legs would probably make me the last.
All right, so Daneth, as you're approaching the top of the staircase, you hear the door behind you throw open, and the two beasts emerge through the doorway. And one of them points to the blood in its hand and then raises the club and starts running after you.
Can I
Okay.
attack them?
Yes, you
Do
can.
I have any knowledge of the abilities that I've gained?
You have read a book. You have seen a movie. You're more than welcome to try to breathe what
Can I
you
breathe
assume will be
element?
fire.
Yeah, can I breathe element at them?
You sure can.
Sweet.
Well, it's shadow breath, but yes.
Okay, great.
My creatures must make a DC 18 dexterity saving throw or else take 56 necrotic damage.
Would have.
Yeah, you're lucky for not having to fight this, I guess. They fail. Do they resist necrotic? No. So they take 56 necrotic damage, and I think they're infernal. Yeah, okay. They are burst back into the cave wall. Like impressions are made on the wall where they land, and they are trying to yank themselves out of the wall. And you guys are floating down the stairs. I guess we have everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
God.
Oh, Yes. Chance.
Forget what my modifier is. 12.
Okay. Rusty.
10.
And Rusty, I can help you through the stuff that's going on. Mamba.
6.
Lexi.
17.
And Paulie.
22.
Paulie, you're up first.
Okay. How far down the stairs am I?
You're almost to the bottom. And there's the dragon in front of you, and then like 150 feet to the door.
Okay. And the dudes they just got blasted into the wall all the way upstairs, right? So
Yeah,
we
you
got a
can't
little
even
bit.
see that. You're not even sure what's happening up there.
All right. I'm just getting Rusty out through the door as fast as I can. Little body. I'm like holding it out in front of me.
So you're dashing?
Yes, I will dash 80 feet to the door.
Okay. That will take you under the dragon if you're taking a straight beeline, because it's opposite ends of the room.
Okay. I'm gonna put my trust in Big Rusty to not step on me.
Step
You
on
got
me.
it, Chief.
You run. Yeah, it puts you like just past underneath the dragon. You make it through, no problem. After you is the enemies. The guy pulls himself out of the thing and leaps through the hole in the wall where the shadow breath went and lands like superhero pose on the ground. And
The bottom of the stairs?
yeah, he jumps the 40 feet to the bottom.
Doesn't take any damage?
Nah, my dude's jacked.
Okay.
He got like satyr legs. And he is going to run up to the first person he sees at the bottom of the stairs, which I'm gonna say is Mamba.
Yeah.
and he's just gonna take a swing. That is not hit.
Is there anyone near him or?
No.
All right.
And then he has a multi-attack. And he's gonna attempt to bite you. That might hit. That is a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And you will take... I feel like you're the only person that takes damage in this campaign. 10 damage.
I'm gonna use my bonus action, Uncanny Dodge, to have that attack
Fuck.
damage against me.
Uncanny dodge, bro. The worst ability in D&D.
No, it is.
Yeah, the bite comes in and you like dodge just enough to take a nick of it, but not like the full brunt. And the other guy follows suit. He jumps down and he runs to the dragon. And Rusty, he's gonna attack you in dragon form.
Okay.
Okay. I want to kill myself today.
Okay.
Yo. He nat ones.
Oh.
And
That's a miss.
He's running. Oh yeah.
He's run up to see it and then wet himself because he forgot how big it was.
He's running towards you, and suddenly he gets cramps in his legs from the 40-foot drop he just took. He's like, and he falls forward onto his face and slides on the gravel.
Beautiful.
And is trying to lift himself up. And
Dragon stomp. Yeah.
After that is Justin. Justin is gonna dash, and he can also ice skate on even lightly damp floor. So he's skating, so he makes it to the door. Because his movement speed is like crazy. And he waits there for the rest of you. Lexi.
Dash. Yeah.
Yeah. Yours is what, 60 feet?
Probably, yeah.
You make it underneath the dragon. Chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are my options here?
Run or attack the beasts.
I think I'm more of a runner.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think, yeah, it seems right.
So you can dash double your movement speed as your action.
Let's do that.
Sure. So you're under the dragon with Lexi. Rusty, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to, because I'm not familiar with my moveset, so I'm just going to do what into it.
Yeah, you can claw them, you can bite them.
I was
you
gonna...
have a multi-attack too.
Okay, great. Yeah, awesome. That's what I was going to ask mostly. The one that is not knocked prone, I was going to attempt to just stomp on him.
Yeah, sure. Roll a d20 and add 10.
Okay. 12.
That does not hit, but good news, you get 1 attack with your bite and 2 attacks with your claws.
Okay, so I get... Wait, so 3 in total?
Yeah, so you get 1 more attack with your bite and 1 more attack with your claws.
Okay, so I'll roll for the claws again. What about 20?
That hits.
Okay. What do I roll now?
You roll 2d6 plus 6.
And that is... Oh, 2 6s, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. So that's 18.
18.
They already took 56. You stomp him and squash him like an ant. He just... He's hamburgered. And his blue blood oozes out on the ground.
Beautiful.
And it feels good. It feels good to do.
Feels good.
You're like, I could get used to this.
Yeah. Very interesting size difference for Rusty.
Yeah, I bet. And you may now use a bite attack or the breath attack is... you cannot do the breath attack for 5 more turns.
Okay, I'll try
but
for
you can bite.
I'll go for a chompy then, yeah. 20 again.
That hits. And this is the prone guy, so it's actually advantage.
Oh, okay.
So
Let's
you
roll
can
again.
roll another d20.
That was worse.
Okay, so this is 2d10 plus 6 and 1d... Okay, 2d10 plus 6 and 1d6 necrotic.
Nasty teeth.
This is why I hide. I stay under you.
So 11 plus 6
Very
is
safe.
17, and then 2 necrotic damage.
Okay, so that's 19 damage. You bited him and you rip him in half.
I'm probably like really getting into the whole dragon thing. I want to do the thing where I like grab him and like throw him in the air.
Yeah,
and then,
hell yeah.
chomp
And then
him, you know what I
swing
mean?
your head around and like black mist emanates from your mouth and nose.
That's right.
And the 2 guys are dead.
Like underneath him, we're like, what's happening?
And yeah, you're able to sprint to the door, all of you. And Rusty, you are still in the dragon body.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as everybody is safe through the door.
Yeah, does everybody go through the door?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You all burst through the door. And Rusty, obviously you don't see this. Also, while this was happening, the dragon in Rusty's body is mad, but is like pogging that at least it's being put to good use. Like
Just a little rat, like,
he's so frustrated about like being used. He like that's his body, but at least people are being ripped to shreds. He's pure chaotic evil. Like there's no sense of like, oh, that's my teammate. And so he's just happy something's being murdered. But he's still upset. He just like has a moment of like, let's go when the biting happens and the squashing.
I do love some biting.
I do love some biting. Jesus Christ. Anyway, you go through the door and you are in a sort of inner sanctum. And
Is this
it looks
door good enough to hold out the dragon when he switches back?
It's a
I
wooden
closed the door
door.
behind me.
Rusty, would you like to stay in the dragon body or come through as Rusty?
Seeing, like, I guess I'm just kind of sitting in this room alone, and I, like, see that the party has gone through the door, so I would like to just kind of, like, revert back, I guess.
Sure. And Paulie, you see that Rusty calms down.
And I say, hi. Hi, I'm
The
back.
dragon starts pounding on the walls.
Let's keep going.
And rubble sifts down through the air. But as you enter this inner sanctum, you again see torches have lit on the top of the room, but you hear commotion about 100 feet away. And as you sort of squint, you see 2 figures fighting. Gillian is fighting with someone. And you hear the clanging of a blade and the explosion of brink energy. And as you look closer, you see a heated exchange. There is a tall man with a goatee and short brown hair who is carrying a red blade with a black hilt. And he is just like deflecting these hits. And I have permission. I got written permission to RP this character.
Oh, we're not going to bring on another special guest?
Unfortunately
so
not. He was not able to join, unfortunately.
You're missed.
But I got written permission to RP this character.
How many holes are we saying?
I asked.
All the holes.
And he leans in close with the blade, and Gillian is using what looks like maybe capital punishment. He has brink energy emanating around his fists, and the fist has met the Vorpal blade that some of you will remember. And they lean in close, all their energy, and Jader just says, "You have no idea how long I've waited in this room." And Daneth, to you, this is like, oh shit!
Jader!
And yeah, the two of them break off, and they are fighting. And we'll go to Paulie.
Daneth, you know who that guy is? He's on our side.
Yes. That right there is my best damn friend in the entire world. Yes, let's go. Yeah, Jader and I are very, very good friends now, obviously.
One who was missing
So-
for 3 years?
Yes. If only I had known. Would have come here
Good,
sooner.
right?
This is
Not
great.
for me.
Does anyone
so
else feel awkward having this conversation while they're like fighting right there? It's kinda weird.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't about to get messed up by jumping in there by Jader and Gillian at the same time.
I mean, we got time. Nothing's happening. So
yeah, of course.
As you're discussing this, the sword, they bounce off, and Jader points at the ground and says, "Excavate," and just like poof, a chunk of the ground disappears, and Gillian falls in the pit and then jumps out and leaps at him with a massive punch and hits Jader to the ground. Poof, and then Jader bounces back up and goes right in for a swing, cutting it at Gillian, and the two of them are just fucking like destroying each other. Yeah, I mean, Paulie, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna try
I'd like to do
jump
something.
in and oh.
can I do
Chance wants to-
something?
should we supersede the turn order? Chance, what's the
Oh,
play,
is there a turn?
baby?
I didn't know you're going by turn order. My bad.
Well, I mean, maybe not. This is kind of just I was about to say chance.
I thought we were
encounter.
out of combat or whatever.
Chance encounter.
Chance, let's hear the idea.
My idea was to use my Brink Pockets rockets to try and steal Gideon's belt. Maybe his pants will fall down.
Well,
Yeah, we haven't seen your elevated
Was
version
he
of
like
your brink
100
yet.
feet
I
away?
used it once or twice.
Oh, did you?
Okay,
Okay,
in
all right.
passing.
Yeah, feel free. Why not?
Pockets rockets.
What does he have to do?
This is you can
We
do it
don't- I
from
don't
a
know.
distance?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's pockets, but
Yeah.
rockets. So it's a way. I can steal something. I think it's like within 30 feet or 15, something like that. I don't remember.
We're like 100 feet away, right?
Are we that
Yeah,
far
we'll
away?
say we'll say you can get in range and try this. I'll have him roll an dexterity saving throw
Okay.
against your dexterity stat.
Oh.
So what's
oh.
your dex stat?
My dex stat is, I believe. Let me pull it up. 16.
Okay. He fails. His belt unlatches itself and out his belt loops and towards you, and into.
Oh
the
no, I just
pocket.
get it. It's like
Right, it's like, yeah, and it's in your hands.
Yeah.
So I guess it's still looped.
uh-huh.
And his pants begin to sag. And in his next jump backwards from Jader, his pants come off his legs, and he's wearing heart underwear. He's wearing heart boxers.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing. He doesn't care. He literally couldn't care less.
You can't like you
Um,
have to like take time to kick him off or pull it back up.
No, he moves so quickly they come off his body.
Damn. Well, at
He
least
caught on
this will
his
be
shoe?
funny to watch.
Chance, did you want to steal his pants now too?
Oh, I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I mean, that would just make him more dexterous. I think. I don't want to give him that advantage.
Yeah, I was waiting for the +2 to dex. Now he's not bound by pants.
I know, right? These were weighted pants. I'm more powerful than ever now.
Rock Lee style.
Yeah, broccoli pants, right?
Yeah, so I mean, while this belt thievery is happening, Jader and Gillian move in for like basically a final strike, like samurai style exchange of blows.
Boxers.
And yeah, Paulie, I'm gonna give you a reaction opportunity.
Okay, like one, just my turn, or just one reaction?
I'll give you your turn.
Okay.
I'll give Paulie a turn.
I am going to try to grapple Gillian, while at the same time casting Gravity Schmavity on myself.
You're really far away from him.
Oh, how far away?
Like 100 feet.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, I can not grapple him, but I will get close enough to use Gravity Schmavity and make him twice as heavy, applying it to him only.
Okay. What is? Does he roll something for this?
Yes. Creature must make a Wisdom saving throw against a 12.
Okay. He succeeds.
Okay.
He's too smart.
He's too smart. He's too wise. Well, that is he doesn't. Nothing happens to him.
You tried. You tried. But in this split-second decision, the two of them sort of, do the like DBZ style, like push off the ground towards each other. Boom. And they meet in the middle, and Jader slides the Vorpal blade in through Gillian's chest, and it goes up through his chest cavity and out his back. But Gillian also gets his fist through Jader's chest, and like Dio, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure style, through the back. And these two men now stand at each other, Jader pushing his sword through Gillian, Gillian pushing his arm through Jader. And then they separate and fall backwards. And Jader tries desperately to get up, but is falling back down. And Gillian turns his bracelet and says, "Quiet thief, black stream," and it's like slowly trying to heal, and starts bounding towards the altar in front of him that's like 5 feet away from him.
Someone finish him.
Yeah, but I probably would just yell out like Jader, like I just see my best friend seemingly die. Jader! Yeah!
Love that.
So I'm pumped. I do. Oh yeah, I do. But I never actually got a. I don't think I got a order for
I sent
turn,
it to you.
So.
I sent it to you.
Did you? No, not that. I meant like order for like when my actual turn is.
Oh yeah.
If there is one. So.
For story reasons, I'm not sure anyone can take a turn right now.
Okay. All right.
But also because he's 5 feet from his objective.
I want to try and interrupt it.
Yeah, sure. Let's give Daneth an opportunity.
All right.
Daneth, I'm going to give you an opportunity here.
All right. Well,
you could end the show right here.
I am going to use my new fancy spell that happened off screen, Lightning Arrow, which modifies a ranged attack to a lightning arrow that does quite a bit of damage, basically no matter what. So I'm going to do that. And would it stack with my javelin special ability?
I don't think so, because the javelin is itself a magical item.
Okay, so we'll hang on to that just in case. We're not going to use Kyoko the javelin just yet. But Aelion, the bow, I take aim.
Sure,
so
roll to
I'm
hit.
far. Yep. So I'm gonna roll. Got a nat 20. Let's
It's a nat
go!
20?
It's an actual nat 20. I am not making this up. Oh my freaking
Let's
god.
go. Okay, roll double the dice. Add the modifier once.
All right. So, well, double the dice for the magic attack because it turns into a full magic attack.
Yes.
Okay, so that means I'm rolling 8d8 for lightning damage, and they'll
That's
have to
actually
make
64.
thought to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Oh no, that's just period. And there's an additional 2d8. Does this also get the hit effect that you do a dex saving throw on?
I'm gonna say no to that one, but
Okay,
the 8d8
all right.
I'll take.
All right, so let's go to. Hang on.
I'll make the dex save right now.
Yeah, do the dex save.
For the dex
frantically
save,
figuring out how to keep the show alive.
I got 19 on the dex save.
Okay, that will succeed.
Okay. But yeah, I take the 8d8.
Okay. I mean, it's just still I have to roll it's just half damage from those two.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 6, 7, 8.
Campaign could end right here.
All right. So from my 8d8s, I've got a total there of 47.
Woo! Not an S&D record yet. Not an S&D record
that's
yet.
47. But then I get the straight up modifier on that plus like 4 from the piercing. So add that there. So that would be 51.
Okay.
And then I rolled another 2d8s, but these are going to be at half damage.
Okay.
So that there is 10, so another 5 damage from those d8s.
Okay, so what's the total?
So that's 47 plus 4, 51 plus 5, 56 damage.
Dang, he had 57 health.
Yeah.
He did not have 57 health. He got stabbed in the chest. You loose the bow and the arrow changes into a
Goes
spark
right through
of
the
lightning.
hole in his chest.
So it's just like I'm so emotionally behind this. I'm putting everything I've got into
Right.
this shot.
The lightning strikes him in the neck and goes clean through his neck and lands in the wall, and he just one final reaches out, and as his body is falling towards the orb on the altar, Jader turns and throws the Vorpal blade at Mamba.
Yeah?
Yeah, Jader has made a snap judgment call. And I think if DGR were here, if he was gonna pick anybody in the party to just have this sword,
I'll be so excited.
he's just giving it to Mamba. Which was actually a callback. It's actually a callback, isn't it? Was it Polly or Haddock or Polly?
Both of us used it at some point.
Because he gave it to Haddock during one of the boss fights, right?
I used it with the magical coin at the end.
That's right. But Haddock used it during the boss fight with the woman that ate Jader's family.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
Jader I was just like, I don't know
What
who's
the
he gonna give
hell
it to.
was campaign 2?
Campaign
It was
2
some
was brutal.
Shit,
Campaign 2 was brutal, y'all.
Jesus.
So yeah, he throws the Vorpal blade to you, Mamba, and as you catch it, we go into Mamba's mind. Mamba, you are standing in inch-thick, still water in an endless field of nothingness. Skull and bones adorn, and a massive, spirited figure appears before you and says, "Yes, wield my blade." And you need to make a wisdom? I'm gonna need to pull up the ancient tomes for this.
Yep, pull the files.
Campaign 2. Maybe session 4. Maybe session 5.
Am I allowed to use a reaction?
Yeah, to do what?
I would like to be helpful.
Okay,
So
sure.
I'm going to cast help, which means that you get advantage on this, whatever ability check.
Rusty appears in Mamba's mind.
What are you doing here, rat?
It's like a floating rat head. I grant you my wisdom.
That's really like high pitched rat voice.
Yeah.
I can't find it. I can't find it. I'm pretty sure it was a wisdom saving throw. It was either wisdom or intelligence. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna do a wisdom saving throw. Mamba, please roll a wisdom save for me and use Rusty's helpful action.
Right. My bonuses are pretty neutral. That is a 19 on the advantage roll.
Yeah, you're already good. So you feel a power over the spirit in front of you, and you come back to, and you're holding the sword, and you feel power brimming through the sword. And I'll send you the stats for the sword later. And Jader just clutches his chest, and he's like, "Yes." And then
And Mama looks over at him like, yeah.
And then Gillian's dying hand grabs the orb, and a flash of white light, and Mamba, Chance, Lexi, Rusty, and Paulie, and we'll say Max got dragged along somehow, and Justin. Yeah, I got you. I remembered him. You're on the banks of the East River
Oh,
suddenly, and you're standing in the positions you were just standing in, but you're on the banks of the East River. Daneth is nowhere to be seen. You're back in New York, and there is an uneasy feeling in the air. The air is deathly still. Clouds cover the sky, and it feels like the world has stopped moving. Like, not literally, but figuratively. And that's where we're going to end Campaign 3, Episode 9 of Speedrunners and Dragons. Did Gillian survive? Is he dead? What happens next? What happened to Daneth and Jader? All will be revealed in the finale of Campaign 3 of Speedrunners and Dragons next time. So be sure to check that out. I'd like to give a massive thanks to our good friend and compatriot Fant Television for doing a wonderful job in reprising her role as Daneth.
Thank you.
Fant, wonderful work. Fant, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/Fant_TV. Yeah, same place as last time, though a new modern look.
Yes, the VTubing is in full force.
The VTubing is in full force, yeah. But outside of greatly enjoying all this D&D, I love doing randomizers. I'm currently doing for Spooktober a playthrough of every single game in the Resident Evil series, numbered entry, and anybody watching, I'm giving away a copy of each one. So as I play through a game, as soon as I beat it, you can enter a raffle during the playthrough, and I'll just pick a winner. We beat Resident Evil 0 yesterday, got a winner picked for that, and onwards to the next in the series. So that's a lot of fun stuff to look forward to. Yeah.
Wonderful. Check out Fant, please. Twitch.tv/Fant_TV. And of course, a shout out to DGR. We're sad he couldn't be here, but I have his. I'll read exactly what he said.
Honorable mention.
I said, would you be offended? Because I asked him if he could participate, and he said, unfortunately not. He has children, apparently. So I said, would you be offended if I RP'd Jader just a little bit on Monday? LMAO. I wouldn't do much. I don't want to steal his voice from you, but just a handful of small moments. And he said, offended, I'd be honored. So there, a little Jader cameo, never hurt no one. And the other gamers, quickly, Danny, where can people find you?
Hi, I'm Danny B. You can find me on the channel Danny B. And I play Ocarina of Time, and I'm currently going for the any % record. So if you like watching people chop bushes in Kukuri Forest over and over again for hours at a time, then you should check out my stream in the next few.
That's exactly what I wanted to see, actually.
Wonderful. Bobby.
Hello. You can find me at twitch.tv/TheBlacktastic. All month long, I'm going to be doing a charity initiative to help and save some lives in Puerto Rico. We're streaming every Yakuza game, every main one, rather. And yeah, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We have weekly prizes. I'm giving away a Sega Genesis Mini for weekly prize number 1. So minimum $10 donation. Sorry about the shill there, but I really, really want to help, make this charity initiative, work and be successful to
Why would you
help
apologize?
out the people. And
It's charity, baby.
it is charity, baby. But yeah, that's gonna be me.
Sweet. Dangers?
Hi, twitch.tv/Dangers. I play Mario games mostly.
Nice. Patty?
That's it.
Twitch.tv/Patty. I'm bald.
Balls tall, balls tall, balls tall. Kung Fu Fruit Cup.
hello. Yes, you can find me there everywhere. Instagram, TikTok. I play a lot of Nintendo games. My Hotfix show is in 2 hours.
Let's go.
Hey.
Yeah, glitches. We got Outlast tonight. It's gonna be
Oh, nice.
Nice.
As far as ADEF is concerned, the only thing that matters is that Speedrunners and Dragons merch is up. Exclamation merch to check out the merch store. It's really great stuff. I really mean that. I was one of the reasons this took so long across the 3 campaigns is I didn't want to do something bad.
That can vouch for that as like a sentiment.
And so I have worked very hard to try to find someone who would do good things, and this shit is rad. It's good quality, it's well made, efficiently shipped, and it tastes good. I eat it all the time. Don't eat it, please.
So actually funny that you should mention that. Tantrum started by making like wooden emote replicas. That's what these things are up here, and they smell fantastic.
Oh, well, how's this smell? This is a scentless bamboo. There's no smell. How about this? Oh, this smells really good. This smells really nice. It smells like leather. It smells like a nice belt or something. Anyway,
you gotta love that new belt smell.
Everybody, please be well. I'll be around here at twitch.tv/ADEF. You already know that. But get ready for the finale. I will post on the YouTube community page, as well as on Twitter and Discord and everything when the finale is going to take place. It'll be a longer stream. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll see tons of interesting stuff happen. I am sure lots of closure. This will be, who knows, maybe the ending of Campaign 2 and Campaign 3's arc. So a lot of answers to be solved, a lot of questions to be answered. So everybody, please stay safe. I'm going to find a raid target and take care, gamers.
Bye.
Hi there. My name is ADEF. You may know me from the mildly critically acclaimed online Dungeons & Dragons show, Speedrunners and Dragons. I'm here to announce that if you've been walking around stores recently and noticed, my gosh, I don't have a gift for that special someone in my life this spooky season, have I got the solution for you? Do they love D&D? Well then, my friend, they're gonna love this one-of-a-kind die-rolling tower. It has our wood burned-in engraved logo, those are adjectives, and also it folds in with magnets so you can take it on the go. We also have this excellent shirt. It's an employee shirt from Miles' Marvelous Magical Oddities, that wonderful shop. Who could forget it from Campaign 2? And on the back it says, "He is weird," JPEG appearing on screen now. We also have this excellent die-rolling mat made of real leather, maybe. And you can buy all of these things at tantrumcollectibles.com. So be sure to check out the Speedrunners and Dragons merch collection and help support the show. Happy Halloween and Speedrunners and Dragons.